Oh, that was weak.
Oh, really?
That was a little bit better. Yeah, I'll just go.
Oh, you were talking at the same time?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go off of that one. So fourth time is a charm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know what
I'm a
everybody's.
first timer, so.
I know what everybody's thinking. They're saying, "Who the hell is this guy?" It's the same person. He got a different haircut.
I just have nicer hair.
I definitely didn't get rid of the other one because he was. We'll just say he was getting out of line. So
Getting out of line.
so
He didn't agree with the echo chamber.
Huh?
He didn't agree.
Yeah.
We got to get him off.
I was like, "Are you like going against what I think? Are you like disagreeing with me?" So
Yeah.
I found my other echo chamber source. So
Right.
we're brought to you by a different kind of wine today. We're back on the wine kick, and
It's pretty good.
it's a pretty wild looking label. We'll say it's from California. I know you're shocked. It's not from.
Yeah, it's definitely from California. Right?
Yeah. Well, cheers, man.
Yeah.
Cheers to the first little show. Hopefully the other
I'm
guys.
honored to be on your podcast. You know.
Yeah, we're pretty big. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. I've never been on anything, so it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. I like it. I need to branch out a little bit more because I've been on the Malbec train.
Yeah. What is a Malbec exactly?
So Malbec is, I guess it's just a kind of grape.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what all the names are.
Mm.
Is just the kind of grape.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't, why are all the wines so similar? Why is there like a section? Because it came from the same grape. I think that's the point.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But a Malbec is a grape that's predominantly found in Argentina and Chile.
Mm.
I guess that's just where it grows. I don't think they're from anywhere else. I think I might have saw a Spanish Malbec one time or a French Malbec.
Mm.
But it's just a good kind of wine. But these are good too. I haven't had one in so long that
I like
I forgot about it.
Cabernets, Red Cab. They're pretty good. And as far as wine goes, that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it either. I just know that it stains my teeth within 2 glasses, and then I have like a black mouth.
Yeah. I solely pick my wine off of the label, and as long as it's like not $5.
Yeah. Bottom shelf.
Yeah. As long
Yeah.
as it's like looks decent enough, I'll give it a shot. So
Yeah, there was a lot of like €5, €6 wine that we used to drink, and it
what
was
is that,
always
like $7 or $8?
yeah, which is kind of funny because you're like in the area of the world where like all the over here it's like all the this is a French wine or this is a Spanish wine. Over here you have Virginia and Californian wine,
Yeah.
so it's a
Or
little different.
Arizona, I think.
Yeah,
Where are the other big wine states? I think it's really just
Arizona as well.
yeah.
Do you know the band Tool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the singer, he's I don't know if you know, he's a wine Maynard. He's been on Rogan.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a winemaker and he's out in Arizona.
Hmm.
And they have to literally time their tours around grape season.
Oh, really?
Because that's like he's the most interesting man in like the music scene.
Hmm.
He's like the
Tool.
kind of like the Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Except I was talking about this before. I never got to finish my echo chamber thought on it.
Oh.
But so Elon Musk does like all the engineering things.
Right.
But Maynard, he does like a ton of things, but they're all different.
Hmm.
He's a singer
Yeah.
for one very large band
Right.
and 2 other smaller bands.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other 2 being also very big. He has a jiu-jitsu school. He's a winemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a bunch of bars
Hmm.
that he like manages or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So between all that, that's the reason why their albums take like forever to make.
Yeah. He's like a generalist, hobbyist.
Yeah,
I consider myself a hobbyist. I do all kinds of different shit.
Yeah, that's why I've always said like I don't need to work. I just do this thing called work because I like money and
Yeah, and support your other hobbies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I need this thing that I trade my time for
Right.
money.
Yeah.
But
to do other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always said if I could just win like a few mil,
Oh, I retire tomorrow.
yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'd have all my hobbies.
I would never work ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of upsetting to hear. I haven't heard it too much, but I know people that have heard this more. Is with COVID and some people who weren't fortunate enough to continue working,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Like they're just bored.
Mm.
I'm talking they don't know what they want to do, not because they are like gonna lose everything because they're not working.
Because they have no hobbies and have no
Yeah,
life.
I'm talking more like the people that their husband can still work or their wife can still work, so they're not gonna be in a fix.
Sure.
But then you got this person that is like, man,
they
I'm
literally
bored.
do nothing. Like,
Yeah,
they have no hobbies.
it's like, are you serious?
They
This
just
is
sit on Instagram all day.
yeah,
Like,
this is it.
Yeah.
This is all you do is work.
Like, oh, Starbucks? Okay, I'll go there.
Yeah,
It's like, was it the third time today? Okay, I'll just go back.
yeah, just go to Starbucks.
Like, yeah, like go get like interested in something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah, you want to dive headfirst into the
Yeah, what was the first topic?
sociology.
Of
Is that what that would be considered?
yeah,
Not psychology, but
like
sociology.
socioeconomics and sociology.
Yeah, with the silence thing, being disturbed by silence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think it's a evolutionary thing?
Yeah. So the backtrack,
Mm.
something we were talking about, and something we had a experience with together. It was a wholesome moment. It wasn't too serious.
No.
But so recently we're in a situation where we're in a break room, so to speak, and we're there with a bunch of other colleagues, and we're kind of sitting around waiting, and so naturally conversations are going to be formed, and people are talking, and then it kind of comes to a lull, and then nobody's really talking, and then through body language or through a verbal statement, they get uncomfortable with it, like, oh well. Basically, like, oh, someone say something. It's quiet and it's weird and it's like, oh, it's too quiet. Oh, no. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
And so I interjected. I broke their silence, so they're welcome. But I said, like, it's okay for there to be. It's a conversation. It's just how things work. It's not constant. It's not a movie.
Yeah.
It's not like in movies where it's constant talking. Yeah, da. It's just going back and forth indefinitely. Right. So I got to thinking, and he thinks as well, like, why does this bother us so much?
Right.
So something I was thinking of from an evolutionary standpoint, because that's what you got to look at, kind of, I think, with a lot of things. Some things came around more recently because of technology. So now it's kind of like a new thing in our evolution. But like long-term evolution, way back in the past, what I mean by that, so quick example, fight or flight is something from our past because of animals. Well, fight, flight, and freeze. Yes. People kind of forget about freeze because that's actually a big part. So it's one of those things. So silence, us being like scared of silence, something I was thinking of in a group setting, for instance, not silence as in you're walking down a quiet street, because I can see that's like its own thing, but silence in a group, to me, maybe that means someone is unwell or they're sick or they're weak or they're tired to the point where they don't want to communicate. And if that's like one of your tribe members or someone in your group, that's really important to you because you work as one. Let's say your head leader is I don't know what they spoke back then, but he was vocal.
Sure. And
then one day he's kind of like quiet and like the whole group is quiet. That to you would signal that, is there something wrong?
Right.
And if something was wrong back then, it was very serious. Like, are you sick? Well, then you're probably going to die. So that's that's where my head was, why us as humans don't like silence in groups. What about you?
So you think it's been going on like for hundreds of years? Since the beginning, like for hundreds of years, like people have been uncomfortable with silence, like in a group setting, in a social setting.
I think a little bit, but it's definitely gotten more because I have something else I can say about that where I basically go against my own echo chamber.
Okay.
I'll just say it now. So I grew up in like a small, like quiet, easygoing, like Southern way. Yeah. And when I didn't notice it growing up, but when I go home now, that's just the thing. Like when my parents are like, if we have somebody over and my parents are talking, that's just how it goes. They'll talk and then they'll be sitting there. It's just like, yep. And they won't really be saying much, so it's like it doesn't bother them. So maybe it could be something from our past, but not too much. Or like maybe what you're thinking is something that, because we live in a society where it's constant, like There's constant input.
That's exactly what I'm
Spotify.
thinking.
That's where
Yeah.
you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I won't steer it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a cultural thing, and like generational. So like your parents and grandparents, like they're okay with it because they didn't grow up with a phone in their pocket or in their hand, I should say. You know,
Yeah.
eyes glued to a screen all day, like you said, constant input all day long. People like their attention span is like
Right.
15 seconds.
Come on, say something. Hey,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
Like,
Yeah.
I need the
something.
interaction. I need like
Right.
the dopamine like all day long. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So people that basically like program themselves to need that and depend on that,
Right.
like they freak out when they don't get it. You know.
So
Where like you grew up in culturally where it's okay to be, you know, quiet, right?
yeah.
Like not, you know, need that interaction all the time. And I think I'm the same way too. So
Yeah.
like-
Where'd you grow up?
New Jersey, but in a small town. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So I entertain both, but I don't know. It's kind of fun to explore maybe like a deeper meaning behind this. But yeah, I'd like to lean more towards it's definitely something that's more new because we live in a loud society, so
Yeah.
to speak. You could say it like that.
Yeah. Do you think? I feel like the issue is like slightly isolated to the United States, or like to the modern world.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like they don't have that issue in, like, I don't know.
South Sudan.
Yeah, Djibouti. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they just sit around the fucking the food bowl and like in silence. Like I'm sure they're fine.
And something else is so when you're sitting in silence, you're in your own thoughts. It's just how your body works.
Yeah.
I think it's only basically like an on and off switch. Either something is, you know, being fed to you, video, conversation, music, and you're processing that, or there's no input and now you're in your own thoughts. Unless you meditate and maybe you're a monk and there's nothing there. I think that's like one of their ideas. Through meditation, just separate yourself from everything.
Yeah.
Just be in your own
Be
complete. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of weird when people need constant like input because it's
Stimulus.
like, do you not?
Stimuli.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not want to be in your own thoughts? It's okay to be in your own thoughts. It's actually very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should be in your own thoughts.
Yeah,
Like, you know that's how you like grow as a mind and person.
That's how you like
Fix yourself.
plan
How you what?
plan things.
Yeah.
You know, it's just good. Like think about things, reflect on yourself,
Right.
reflect on something.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, did I do something wrong? Man, I think I did. Maybe I should apologize to him because
Yeah.
I feel like I did something wrong.
Or like maybe I should do it differently next time. Or like
Mhm.
how else I could have gone about that?
It's
situation or whatever.
it's very important to just think.
Yeah.
And it's important to conversate too, but it's okay. The point is, it's okay that a conversation comes to a lull.
Right.
Because despite what the TV shows and movies and social media has programmed us to think, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's also important to just do nothing for like a little bit. You know, like it's okay to not think about anything. It's okay to not look at your phone for 10 minutes. You know,
and that's one thing I like. Something simple. I mean, I'm not doing absolutely nothing, but getting my hair cut.
Yeah,
I enjoy getting my hair cut.
You just zone out.
Yeah, you just sit there and, you know, a lot of people are, I hate it.
Well, with the phone in the
I just don't like that. It's like, can you?
I've never done that.
Yeah, I can't say I have either, unless I got a phone call. But
Okay, I have done that.
what a lying piece of shit you are.
Yeah. No, I've taken a phone call.
Yeah.
But I've never like been on
Actively like
Yeah.
Oh man. When you see that, it's like, is it impossible for you to separate yourself from that thing? Just for a little bit. It's very important.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like just chill. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do you like long haircuts? Short haircuts?
Well, if we're talking in terms of being able to like just sit there and mean your own thoughts, I'll take a long one.
Yeah.
I'll take a long one.
I like a 30-minute haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I get a low fade. They just hit the same spot like 50 times.
The problem with longer haircuts though is the price. I'm a cheapskate.
Oh, me too. I paid $13 for a haircut, dude.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shoulder massage included.
And you still get the 30-minute special?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
It's just like an old Thai lady. It's like two Thai ladies. like tiny little shop, like appointment only. It's
Mhm.
great. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's not in the middle of nowhere, but it's like behind. It's like an L-shaped shopping center. It's like on the short side of the L, you know. So it's like very little like traffic goes by.
Right.
Yeah, it's real quiet.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
And they give you the what kind of? Because I never had a Thai haircut. What kind of? You said a massage.
Well, I mean, it's not like a Thai haircut, dude. It's like an old Thai lady.
Yeah, but Thai as in they, because they give you a massage, right? Do they do
Yeah,
anything
they
like
just
that?
like rub your shoulders at the end for
Okay.
30 seconds. Yeah.
See, I think that's a maybe not Thai, but I've had haircuts in like Asian areas, and
It's like an old school like,
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. I only asked because I've gotten haircuts in different places, and they always do something different.
Mm.
As far not, I'm not talking about the haircut. I'm talking about like after the fact.
Oh yeah.
So the Bangladeshi style
Okay.
is we had to tell them to quit doing this too. So what our barber would do in Bangladesh
Mhm.
is cut our hair, and then afterwards he would and it's weird that I like this, but it wasn't that bad. He would scratch your head,
Yeah.
go over it, and then like massage your head,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah.
what we told him to stop doing.
Why?
No, not that. We like that. He
Uh-huh.
would then go like this.
Ah.
It was-
Just like the oily.
yeah. It was like, all right, that's
Yeah.
enough. You don't have to
This
do
guy
that.
hasn't washed his hands in like fucking 2 months.
Right. Can
Yeah.
you please get your goddamn hands out of my eyeballs? Jeez. No. So
Yeah.
we told him that everything up until the bird box. You know that movie
Yeah,
Bird
yeah,
Box?
yeah.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
up until the bird box was okay.
Did you like that movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, we talked about it on the last one. Maybe
Oh,
if
yeah?
you tuned in and watched
Mm.
12 hours of our content.
I listened to like a good 45 minutes of the David Goggins one, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
brain cells you lose?
Ah. I like how you talked about Cam Hanes. I think Cam Hanes is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah,
But,
I actually I had to look him up, make sure I wasn't bullshitting about him being a old man.
Oh, he's
But
pretty
yeah,
old, right?
Yeah, he is 53.
53.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He looks young.
he's Rogan's age.
Uh,
But but what I was saying, so in Djibouti,
mm-hmm.
the way the haircuts go there, they cut your hair. I don't think they do the head massage, but they go like, it's very strange.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm into it, dude. I like it.
You like
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
strange, but it's because I'm not
I
used
get a
to it.
massage like once a month.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I've never gotten a massage.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only heard
Relax.
good things.
Do nothing for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Relax. Yeah, it's great.
I probably should look into that.
Yeah.
But
You're in your own thoughts. You don't say a word. Yeah, it's good.
just having your you tight. Put the elbow
Yeah,
in there.
my upper back is super tight, especially sitting in a fucking chair all day long.
Oh yeah. Yeah, super
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
It toasted my lower back.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I got the. I use a lumbar pillow. It's great. It's essential. Essential. Lumbar.
You have
it's
your
like
own? You brought it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is it pretty firm? So it doesn't give too much?
It's pretty firm. Yeah. It's like a solid support. Like it's so like you don't like slouch. You know.
Yeah, 'cause
sits you
you're-
straight up.
Lower back wants that curve in it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It
Yeah.
pushes that.
Right.
It
It's
probably
great.
feels weird.
Oh no, it feels great. It feels great.
It might feel weird because we're not used to that. So it's like, why is this thing pushing my back?
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's
well,
what
when you get used to it, it feels awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably should check that out because
Worth it.
something I like doing in the gym, and it's like the only way that I can think of. Well, I can think of other ways, but one really good way of stretching your lower back is just hanging from a bar.
Oh yeah.
Hanging from a bar and not necessarily letting your feet dangle. That is good, like
Okay.
a higher bar, so your feet can't even touch the ground.
Uh-huh.
But something that I found more effective is even at you can grab the bar and your feet are still touch the ground. If you walk your feet out in front of you, and then let if you look at your body from the side, your legs come up, and then it's your body hanging.
Mm-hmm.
That weight distribution, something about it puts it on your lower back. You can really feel that thing pulling.
Have you ever done the inversion table thing?
Where
Like, what are they called? Like the teeter board? Or
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Rogan talks about that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I've never even. Have you tried one?
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
I've never been around one.
Oh no, I think who's talking about it? It might have been Matt was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. That, and then there's apparently something else that's like a mild form of hanging. you kind of like put your head in this strap, and you kind of like let your weight fall onto your neck, and you kind of stretch you out a little bit.
Sketchy.
And the argument is we don't do anything. Gravity is always acting upon us.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help when you're sitting all day. So you need, I guess, every now and then you need that reset that kind of gets you stretched back out.
Yeah. Well, that's the idea behind the inversion table too. I think.
Yeah, it's basically if you got on a bar and hung from your toes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Same concept.
Yeah, same thing.
Just less fear of you slipping and falling in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more secure. Yeah, because it relieves the downward, pressure on your spine and everything else, hips. So.
Yeah, it's definitely something you need, especially in this society of sitting down all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, I sit down for
way too much.
a bad amount of hours. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Way too many.
Not only are you sitting, but you're looking at a screen. So
yeah.
It's like not good.
And then that's even worse because when you're looking at a screen, you get the nerd neck going on.
Nerd neck.
That's also another thing. You can correct pretty easily. Find any wall, go up to it, and force your upper body to be flat.
Making contact.
Yeah. Like, so what I do is I roll my shoulders back, pin them, and then I put my head against the wall. And then I look down and try to imagine pushing my neck back. So if you look at me from the side, my head, neck, and shoulders are all in a line.
Right.
And you can feel all the muscles from probably mid-back up to your neck just trying to get back to how they
Release.
are.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then I like to crack my back on the floor.
Oh, really?
My upper back.
You ever been to a chiropractor?
I haven't, but I've had adjustments done to me when I got injured before.
Oh, like sports med or something?
Huh?
I had like sports med or something?
Yeah, it worked very well for me. Because so I broke my collarbone, and in doing so, because I crashed a dirt bike.
Oh, yeah?
And in doing so, I crunched like my whole, like if you were to look at my skeleton, I guess, my whole right side, basically my ribs up, it was like crunched forward. So he cracked me up. He did the good old your upper back.
Oh, yeah.
Just brought me all back to normal. And afterwards, I was like, dang, it's a real thing. Not bad. As far as getting it done all the time, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how, because apparently even, because the chiropractic videos are very popular on YouTube. People love those channels. They have like millions of subscribers. Apparently it's what they do, but it's the same as you grabbing your chair and twisting and cracking your back like that. They don't do that adjustment on people because, I can't remember exactly the reasoning, but over time, it's something about I don't know if it was your muscles, maybe your ligaments. It's not good for it. Basically, what it comes down to.
Right.
It's not good to twist your spine in that motion over and over again, like for a long time.
Yeah.
So they don't do some people don't do that. And then there's that one popular Texan who does the ring dinger. I don't know if you've seen that guy. Really.
Wait, is he the one that pulls the?
Yes.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
He hangs you for a split second. Basically, it's hanging.
Oh.
You're hanging, laying down.
Yeah. With
so,
a towel, right?
Yeah. So it's like the joke. Yeah. Let me show you the big Texan way there, honey. So it's like the Joe Rogan thing, except turned up to 1,000 for like half a second. But apparently it's a good thing because all the people's reactions are like, whoa!
Right.
You like see Jesus for a second.
Yeah, well, it releases all that air because all the cracking sound is the air within the joints, right? Same thing like cracking your knuckles, which it releases that pressure, but it's also deteriorating like the cartilage and the joints and stuff, and like the I wouldn't call it like a gel, but like the film like lining on the inside of your joints.
Yeah.
You know? So it's the same thing like with your spine. I feel like when you're doing that twisting and cracking, like over time, it probably wears that down, which is not good.
Talking about things wearing you down over time. I don't know if we talked about this, but so sleep. On topic of sleep, maybe we did talk about snoozing your alarm. Did we talk about this?
No.
And the effects on your heart?
No.
Okay. So this is coming from Matthew Walker, who was on Rogan, and he has his book, Why We Sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
So something that I didn't think of, but it kind of makes sense to me now that I think about it, and something that everybody does, is alarms, they aren't too good for you as far as how they wake you up.
Yes.
Because it makes sense.
Like a sharp
And
awakening.
it's very jarring,
Abrupt.
and
it
gets so you start your day with your stress hormones raised.
Right.
Cortisol? I think so.
Yeah.
Cortisol? Yeah. Your day starts with an adrenaline rush, adrenal release, and your cortisol levels getting
Spiked.
turned up.
Yeah.
So
at 5 in the morning.
yeah, I'm not a doctor, but that probably isn't
sound good.
That's not good. So what do people do? 10 more minutes, snooze.
Do it again.
And again, another 10 minutes. So that, some people worse. So we'll say they work 5 days a week, and every morning they snooze their alarm 3 times. So 15 times a week.
You're getting jolted.
Doing this shit.
Yeah.
And then they do that for, we'll say, 4 years.
Yeah.
Over time, that that wears on your heart and just your like system, because it's not natural. I don't think our ancestors used to do that. They rose with the sun.
Right.
And it's very like refreshing too.
Yeah.
When you something else I can get into, but it's very refreshing when you wake up on a day from the sun coming through your blinds, and it's a very ease into it, and then you kind of just get up, which is just a normal way to get up.
Right.
So Lex, with the sleep guy,
Yeah.
and then we can, man, everything just falls in place. Just boom, boom, boom. All the topics are going in a line. So he was talking to the sleep guy about his new bed he got. I don't know if you heard about that. Maybe you got that part.
I didn't finish the episode, but I got pretty deep into it.
Okay.
I think he's talked about it a bit.
So apparently Lex got a new bed, I think it was sent to him actually.
Yeah, probably.
So he said he's never, kind of like me, I've never slept on like one of these like mattresses you hear about. And
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I've always kind of just like
regular, whatever.
Yeah. Slept on a mattress.
Same thing with pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw like an ad the other day for like a fucking $200 pillow. It's like all like.
What does that thing do? Charge your brain up?
Dude,
Makes you smarter?
I don't know.
You plug in your textbook and it just.
They probably do have like Wi-Fi pillows if I had to guess.
Yeah.
It's got like a vibrator that like wakes you up at a certain time or something.
So
if
this
not,
bed.
patent that. Just saying.
So this bed that he has, it has like a heated bed, like a heated seat in your car.
Yes,
yeah,
I did. Yep.
And it wakes him up through heat increase.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah. You jogged my memory because the sleep doctor, whatever, he's a neuroscientist. I forget his name, but he was talking about how throughout the day you have your body temperature like fluctuates and it reaches a peak, and then your coolest temperatures when you're sleeping, and like sleeping in a cold room is more beneficial and all that, whatever. You're
run by your circadian rhythm, and what's the other one? There's two.
I know the circadian rhythm.
Yeah, it's your circadian rhythm and your body temperature.
Yeah.
You're like warmest at 4:30 in the evening. Basically.
Yes.
Like that's your most alert, awake state. That's why I've always swore by afternoon exercising.
Oh, okay.
Because one, you're half asleep when you exercise in the morning, and you don't really want to be there or working out or whatever. It's like, it's just in bed. I'm cold. I'm not even. And you are cold. Like, if you were to look at your body temperature throughout the day, you're cold.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. It makes sense because I don't know if he talked about that. Matthew Walker's talked about it. Like one of the bigger influences on your sleep is the temperature of your room.
Yes.
It's like a very big deal. And I'm not going to say most people don't think about it, but I don't know that a lot of people really give it too much thought.
I would agree.
I think like there's no set number, but I think everybody's agreed it's the 60s.
Is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not low 60s. I think it was like 65 to 68. Don't quote me on that. Something like that.
Comfortable. Yeah.
So that's what I do when I go to, like, before I go to bed, I turn it down.
Oh yeah.
And guess what I do in the morning?
Turn it up.
Turn it on. Turn the heat on.
Yeah.
Because if colder temperatures put you to sleep and keep you in a sleep mode,
Yes.
then, and according to Lex's bed, being a thermal alarm clock, basically, ease you into it. Oh man, it's hot. You just wake up. Nah, that doesn't happen.
No, it's got to be. It's smooth. I would
Ease,
assume.
yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
I have something else to say too.
Oh, I was listening to it. I was like, yeah, now I actually want to get one of those Wi-Fi thermostats because you can set like on your phone like the schedule. So you don't have to do it every night. You know? You
very
just have it on your
good.
phone like set time.
Hmm.
So at 9 o'clock, your room will automatically drop to.
Just do what the
65.
bed is doing, but a cheaper version. Your whole, just do your whole room.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I guess.
Huh.
Yeah.
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 That's I don't know what I think about the smart home.
Oh well, yeah, we could definitely talk about that with the
Yeah.
other privacy thing.
But real quick before we can get into that, so on our last episode, I'll just tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you've already seen it, well, guess what? You're gonna hear it again. So we talked about this theory on my last one, or on our last one, about all memories being stored, but you forget that you remember. So for instance,
yeah, like it just happened.
yeah, you didn't know you remembered that until
you said something.
Stimulus came up.
Yeah.
To make you didn't forget, you forgot that you remembered.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that, there's nothing too crazy. You don't have to get too philosophical with it, but that's like my confirmation bias in my echo chamber. Like, see, that memory was stored.
Yeah.
So the theory is
That's
that
true.
all your memories, like all those bigger memories, are locked away, waiting to be unlocked by something happening. You see something, and you're like, oh, you smell something. You're like, whoa, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
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 What do you think about that?
I would agree. You know,
Yeah.
not to stoke the echo, but yeah, I would agree.
Come on,
That
man,
makes
disagree. No.
how? I mean, I'm trying to think of
No,
like,
I'm
the
just kidding.
devil's advocate thing, but
But
I think you're right.
I thought that was pretty
Especially if it's
interesting.
like a traumatic thing or like an actual, like an important
Uh-huh.
thing. Like as soon as that one thing, like as soon as you get that one trigger, it's gonna come back like instantly. Yeah.
But even like with I think it's like your memories that you formed as like a kid or something. They had to have been a little bit more. It's like your brain is, like we'll say a million terawatt. What are we talking about? Energy, terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
And over time, it starts deleting stuff, but it keeps the big things, and those are the things that you think you
Need to know.
were gone,
Oh.
but they're still there.
I feel like though, like early memories though, like I feel like your brain is. I feel like your memory doesn't actually like turn on until a certain time.
Oh, for sure.
you
We
know?
talked about that. Or do you remember your first memory?
My first. Fuck no.
No?
No.
You know,
My
I do.
First memory.
Yeah. Like, do you have a moment in your life when you like?
I mean, I remember like early childhood memories, but like
you don't remember
I
the
don't know
first
if
one.
it's the first like memory. I don't have like a chronological order of
Yeah.
my toddler years. But I remember when I was like 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the age. It's like 3 to 4ish, 5.
Yeah.
Was when you're because I remember all preschool, but
I remember preschool. Yeah.
but I talked about before. I remember when the switch turned on and memory started being formed. For me, it was. I think I remember how it was.
Yes, I was just gonna say, like, do you remember preschool, or do you remember like
How you
things
think?
about preschool and then like you've learned about it over time?
Yeah, I
'Cause,
can
like,
remember.
I have driven by my preschool like hundreds of times, so it's like that memory is like never gonna go away. But do I actually remember like getting in the car and driving to preschool, like every day? Like no,
But some days maybe.
But like I remember like my first day of preschool. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
So yeah, like I was saying, you only
I didn't want to go.
huh?
I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brain started deleting the less important. Like when you're 6 years old, you probably remembered every day of preschool. But as time goes on, you start to remember
Get rid of
3 days a week, 2 days a week, 1 day a year, or 1 day a few months out of the year. But that day was the biggest day. So
Sure.
your brain's like, we'll keep that one.
Right.
Yeah. So your memories become like relative, kind of like it's a big memory relative to like your memories at that time. So the first day of preschool, your memory of like the first day of preschool is a pretty big deal when you're 23, because it's like relative to all your other things. Maybe when you're 6, every day of preschool was a bigger deal, so your brain kept
I see
something
what you're
like that.
Yeah.
I could refine that thought a little better.
No, I see.
Just off the
I
hitch.
see where you're going.
Yeah.
I see the logic. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're saying? Like by the time you're like 80, you only have like
a day out of each year.
Yeah.
Early childhood.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like if anything. Yeah.
It has to be, because you can even talk to older folks and they're only going to recall like a few
they're not going to tell you what they did for their fucking 5th birthday, you know,
like a routine, like, yeah,
it was like like not even traumatic, but like a like extremely influential like memory, you know.
But
like there has to be a capacity. Like is there a capacity to your memory? Like there has to be, you know.
Yeah, I
think
think
you
there's
just remember forever, like.
And that right there is kind of like evident.
Out.
That's like
Evident?
kind of like evidence of it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
When by the time you're 80, you recall one day out of every year.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, and then you go into like the short-term, long-term difference too, because like obviously, I mean, if you're healthy, like your short-term memory will still be there. You'll still remember last week, or last month, whatever. But like maybe not those deep, long-term memories that weren't significant. They'll probably start fading away.
Yeah, and that's when Neuralink starts coming in.
Yeah.
And people start talking about that. Guess what? There's no such thing as you forget anymore. It's all there.
Yeah.
You
just tap into it.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll tap into you.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
You bet. Oh.
You're not gonna remember, but I can get into it.
Uh-huh. That was one of the concerns. I want to I haven't looked, so maybe he has, but I haven't seen anything about Neuralink like officially from Elon, like a big thing since the pigs. Did you watch the pigs?
No.
You didn't watch the pig demonstration? Yeah.
No.
So that was like their first, like, that was like his
trial.
big showing. It was like, look, this pig has a Neuralink, and this one had one, and we removed it, and he's still healthy, and then this pig never had one, the control, basically.
Right, yeah.
So that was like his big huzzah about Neuralink. And
well, you can take it out and you'd be okay? Or what?
Well, I'm talking about the event as a whole. That was like his big announcement.
Spectacle of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said, like right off the bat, the point of the demonstration was for recruitment. It wasn't, the primary goal wasn't to show what Neuralink was or like what it could do. The primary goal was to pass on information to brilliant people to get them to work for Neuralink so they can get this thing going. Because the longest thing that in their process, like developing everything, was the robot to actually put this.
Implant it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
a human's not going to be able to do that.
Nah, it's way too precise.
Yeah.
You got someone shaking. All right, thread the needle into the brain, man. Come on, just hold it still. Why are you shaking? And you're chewing his brain up.
Yeah, it's all going to be AI and robots. Yeah.
To the point where it threads the thread into your brain around vessels, blood vessels.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as bleeding.
Right.
Because you're not. You'll
have maybe capillary bleeding, but not like actual like venous or.
Well, I think it was dodging the
actual
the blood. It was at the microscopic level.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you'll get some fluid.
You won't have brain bleeding.
Yeah.
Per se, but obviously on the incision of your cranium.
Yeah. Right.
We had blood. But.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You might have
in internal like brain bleeding won't be a thing.
Because that's what everybody's worried about. Yeah. Obviously, you can't say we'll start this thing to your head. They wanted to drive that point home. Like, all right, look, it's safe. It's going to be more expensive at first, and the price is going to go down.
Yeah, it's just an intimidating concept. I don't think like the general public is like kind of ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next 20 years.
You think 20? I was saying a little less. I was thinking 10. It's going to be somewhat of a thing. I don't think
widespread.
I don't think widespread yet in 10 years, but I think it'll be a thing that
is it going to be public before it hits the government, or is it going to be government first? What do you think?
I haven't seen any indication that they're. I guess it depends on who's ready to jump on board first. You don't have a say, soldier. Get this Neuralink. You're gonna be the ultimate fighter.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the ultimate soldier.
Well, what kind of benefit? Well, what exactly does it do? Like, how would that make you the ultimate fighter? Like,
so in like a combative thing in that sense, how it would make you superior.
Like the Neuralink, like other than just like what is it, telepathy?
Yeah, it's telepathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so, other than that, like, what does it do?
So one thing it does is you can. This would be more for like foreign militaries.
Okay.
Like if I almost said China. That's not realistic. The Japanese or Korean military wants to do an exercise with Americans.
Oh, a translation?
Yeah, there's no more need for having your interpreter.
Yeah.
All right, tell them this, and then something gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
Like maybe a little bit of context and inflection, like importance of each. Like this.
Right, it's just live
yes.
sharing of thought.
There's no more.
That's a good example.
But that's talking more of like a mutual benefit. Yeah. But as far as like the individual benefit, we'll say like for I don't know, we'll use Navy SEALs for example, something easy. Telepathy would be good, instantaneous. There's no more radio comm. You got to form the word. You got to articulate the word. Mm-hmm. You can't. There's. Time. I stuttered. The radio
Battery
broke
died.
out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So communication would be
instantaneous,
vastly improved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the security is of that. You get into that. Okay, well, radio communication is more secure than Neuralink because of X, Y, and Z. I don't know. It would be a concern because obviously everybody wants to know, like, all right, what's the security of this?
Right.
Especially in that sense. Yeah. It'd be like, all right, is this thing secure? Like, I don't know that it would make
like
you
hacked into.
What's that?
If it gets hacked into, then all of a sudden your enemy is telling you to do one thing and your buddy is doing the exact opposite.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Like briefings.
Okay.
Maybe upload it into you. All right, the compound layout. Here it is.
Memorized.
Oh, and you just like your eyes flicker and you have it all in your head.
So you can use your own. What's it called? Memory link.
Neuralink.
Neuralink. You can use your own like individually. Like it's not just a two-way street.
Yeah, you can use it individually, but it's the same concept as a cell phone. You're linked to people through the cell phone's in your head now.
Yeah.
So the idea with Neuralink is not the idea, but one thing, because as of now, their target audience for receiving this is people with
like dementia, right?
Yes. Debilitating medical problems.
Yeah.
Dementia, neurological
Alzheimer's,
problems in
stuff like
particular.
That,
yeah. Paralysis, blindness, even tinnitus they talked about, hearing loss.
Oh, hearing loss.
Well, those are kind of different, but
no.
Tinnitus is kind of like something that comes with it. Yeah. Right? So that's where I was going. So after that, once this becomes like bigger scale, like, all right, I don't have anything wrong with me. I just want to get this thing because it's the new trendy thing. Yeah.
Right.
One big thing that would come with it that's pretty interesting to me is there's no more like, so for example, if I wanted to text someone and say, are you coming to my birthday tomorrow? Are you coming? Backspace. I misspelled that. Coming to my. The passage of information from the individual to the other individual would be as fast as you can think.
Right.
Because as of now, the spreading of, we'll just use a simple term, the spreading of text or messages is only as fast as we can. Probably more type, because I don't know. I think more people text than use dictation, like you talk to your phone.
Oh yeah, text to speech. Yeah.
So in the
text, I guess.
Yeah. So in the typing and texting aspect, you're only as fast as your fingers are. Yeah, because your hands interface your brain.
Yeah.
And the talking aspect, you're only as fast and as clear and concise as your speaking skills and your
And the
articulation.
technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Neuralink, there's no more middleman.
Right.
There's no more fingers, no more mouth,
Yeah.
so to
Just
speak.
instantaneous.
So you're as fast as your thoughts now. And
Right.
most people, their thoughts are faster than... They're
Measurable.
definitely faster in your hands.
Yeah. I don't think you can even put a metric on it.
Mm-hmm. But if you're Ben Shapiro, your mouth is probably as fast as your
Jesus,
thoughts.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, dude.
flying
Yeah.
fast.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
What do you think about him?
Ben,
Yeah.
I feel like I like him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten canceled yet, because that's the thing.
Oh well, I mean, he's definitely can't like. People hate him for sure.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking
Yeah.
like get him off of YouTube.
Yeah, well, he
He's-
hasn't been deplatformed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or maybe he has. I don't know. I don't really follow him, but
Yeah, the whole cancel thing.
yeah,
I've
he's got interesting opinions.
Mhm.
Educated for sure. Not necessarily always right.
yeah, I can usually get on board with everybody or anyone that is about like liberty and freedom. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's where his interests lie.
Yes.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think he would, because from what I've seen on Rogan, he wouldn't be interested in bringing, because he's a religious guy.
Yeah.
He's like the Jew.
Right.
He wouldn't be interested in bringing that into politics and like government, and this, that, and the other. He doesn't even think marriage should be a thing that the government gives a shit about. It should be a thing done at like the level of, because marriage is something telling the government that, all right, you will now tax me differently.
yeah.
You need to know because my money, how you take my money
Mm-hmm.
changed.
Right.
So I'm letting you know. So
Mhm.
he didn't think that it should be, it's not something the government should be worrying about,
Yeah.
basically. We need to worry about other stuff.
For sure.
So, and he also thought that about like religion. Don't bring it in. So I could see that maybe some people would be like, oh, he's like that really conservative religious guy, and it's gonna change how he governs and stuff. But I don't think he would be in the interest of bringing. There's no more sex before marriage. It's a law now, or something like that. It's not gonna be something extreme.
No. I feel like he's just kind of like antagonistic sometimes. It's kind of like doesn't he won't admit his wrong, he won't lose an argument, which is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody likes to lose an argument, but if
yeah.
you're losing, just be like, yeah, okay, maybe you're right. Instead of just like driving it home and then you look like an idiot because you're just digging your hole deeper when you just compromise.
And we've seen people before with that kind of temperament, aka the former president, kind of like the I'm not wrong kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
You're wrong.
I don't know if Shapiro would be like the man for that position. Like he might be. Well, he's already divisive in the eyes of a lot of people. Like, oh, that Ben Shapiro guy, he's just too divisive.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be the guy. Like he's good.
Well, I don't think he's interested in public office like at all. He's just a pundit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people want him to do that. Though.
Those people don't even know. Like,
They don't know.
no.
They just hear this really
They
articulate
just like
dude.
him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this guy would be a good president.
Yeah. It's like I heard. It might have been Rogan. He was talking about how like The Rock being the president, or maybe it was on Lex. I
Yeah.
forget. One of
No,
the
it
other.
was Rogan.
They were talking about like The Rock being like the fucking president. It's like, dude, like what? Like, what are your qualifications? Like,
Yeah.
You don't have any.
It's kind of a big deal.
Not that Donald Trump had any either, but I mean, he's a businessman, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. Even if Shapiro did like run for, we'll say, president, I don't think. They would pull up everything about that guy.
Oh
Just
yeah, no, he would never.
bury him. And he said this about gays.
Right.
'Cause he said homosexuality is a sin.
Yeah.
Wow. Which in his beliefs it is. So he's not saying anything wrong. He's just stating his.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with like saying your religious beliefs? I thought you're not allowed to do that though. If you're in that position, you
Right.
can't say that.
Yeah. You got to agree, or then you
But
go away.
if I was gay, I would be able to see that. It's like, no, that's his like belief formed on religion.
Yeah.
He personally would not dislike you
Right.
because you're gay. He's just saying, because he's what Orthodox Jew, is that the
Is he
term?
Orthodox? Maybe.
What does that
maybe he
mean?
is.
Like you're grown up?
You're just like traditional.
Yeah, that's
Traditional.
I'm pretty sure he's self-admitted that. He said he was an Orthodox Jew.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So of course the Orthodox
Does
Jews.
he wear a yarmulke all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess that's Orthodox, right?
So of course he's going to say homosexuality is a sin.
Yeah, sure.
Because that's his belief.
The Catholic Church says the same thing.
Mhm.
Well, not anymore, but
That's not Ben saying that.
No.
That's Ben's religious belief.
Yeah.
So, but that's not
whether
how,
or not he agrees with it or not. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how it would go though. They would call him a homophobe.
oh yeah, for sure.
Because you're just a homophobe right off the
Right.
bat.
Yeah,
So
Right.
I don't think he would fare too well, even if he did want to run because of
Mm.
that. And on top of that, he's just he's like
Is he even old enough? I don't think he's old enough.
in a few years he will be.
Yeah.
Was it 39? It's
I think
39.
Is it 39?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm
I was gonna
100% positive now.
Okay. I was gonna say 40, but
Yeah.
yeah, 39. Sure.
I think it's 39. He's getting close to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can move on to, let's see, what want to hit? Want to hit nukes?
Yeah.
Nukes. All right.
Yeah.
So the thing that was brought up was, you want some more of this?
I'm good for now.
Alright. How the population would react to a message about an incoming nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
Maybe not even nuke. We don't have to go that large scale. An incoming missile attack.
Yeah. There's like a perfect case study of this, right?
A perfect what?
Case study.
Case study?
This happened like 2 years ago. Do you remember that?
Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about that. I was actually going to look up more details on it because I didn't know enough about it. What lighten me on that?
Their like early warning mass
Right.
text notification system went off and said like take shelter, like missiles incoming, like
As far as like
seek
how
shelter
they,
like now.
as far as how they reacted though, do you know? That's what I didn't know.
I don't know enough about that particularly, but I do remember there was a guy he was talking about. He like went and just grabbed his kid and he had like no idea where to go. Like he just was like sitting on the couch, like he had no idea where to go. You know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying wow because that guy's pitiful, but that's
where are you gonna go?
That's very realistic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hide under the fucking table, like that's what. Remember in the Cold War?
Yeah.
Girls, like,
Do it Cold War style. Take a shelter by a
Go
curb.
to the fucking bathtub. You'll be okay.
No, get in a refrigerator. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Indiana Jones taught us that one.
Shove your kid in the fucking microwave. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Something that I was thinking of is, well, Hawaii is its own kind of case because they are maybe more prone to like a attack as we've seen in the 40s in
Mhm.
December.
Yeah.
Um,
Hopefully people know about that.
Right. So maybe it might be more of a thing in their minds, like as far as homeland security, well, our homeland security is America.
Right.
So how about even the West Coast is probably, because Asia is over there, you know, what we think of threats are going to come maybe from that side. So,
yeah. The whole like North Korean missile
right.
threat is all about their trying to develop missiles like
Right.
ICBM, right?
Reach the West
California,
Coast.
Yeah.
So what about the
They're
East Coast?
Very far away from that, but yeah.
So what about New York? Like, what did they have in place? Probably nothing really, because who's gonna from that side of the world? We're talking Europe now.
Yeah, but well, talking about land-based, missiles or maritime-based missiles.
Yeah, we'll just say a missile that just happened to come from whoever.
Yeah.
Land, sea, whatever. What
Right.
does
It's not just coming from Russian soil.
Yeah.
Good.
what the usual person would think of, like where we're gonna get hit, so-called hit from.
Yeah.
So what?
I would say California is more likely than the
Yeah.
East Coast.
So I'm talking more of a place that maybe doesn't have this, and it's way in the back of their head. They're not thinking about this. So what would they have in place to alert the population?
The government? Or
Yeah, like whether it be mass text notification,
Yeah.
air horn, not an actual air horn,
Siren.
but an announcement in the streets.
I don't know about that. Maybe
I'm thinking more
the
of the
text thing is definitely like a thing.
the mass
Yeah.
texting.
Yeah.
So a missile's coming, the text goes out.
Right.
Then
what? Well. Yeah.
that's what they're gonna do. Wait,
fucking...
what are people gonna do? They're not gonna take that serious.
Oh, you don't think so?
They're probably gonna think it's a Hawaii round too. They're gonna be like,
well, yeah.
Oh, that thing fucked up again. But then there's gonna be crowd mentality, like, you're at a party, for instance. Everybody gets it. Hey man, you see this? Yeah, I got it too.
It just takes
it's probably one of those
person.
things.
It just takes one person that says, "Don't you remember Hawaii?" It's bullshit, And then
but then it also takes like maybe more people. Maybe we'll say 5. Oh no, this is serious. We need to go. And then maybe crowd mentality wins them over, and they I don't know where they're gonna go. Parking garage underground.
You're not gonna survive,
Regardless, no,
No,
it ain't happening.
even if you do survive the blast, like you're gonna die from radiation in fucking 20 years anyway. I was actually I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, taking pictures in like the downtown area, and on the post office, they have it says fallout. They have like a fallout shelter sign.
No joke.
On the side, yeah, it's funny.
In the post office,
I guess it's a basement,
Yeah, under the post office though.
I guess. I mean, it's probably not worth anything, but
if
I get the text, that's where I'm going, because that's the only place I know about.
So do you think that would be a thing? There's an incoming missile. Resort to XYZ fallout shelter. Do you think that would be
incorporated?
incorporated?
Think it's part of the text?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. I don't know.
You can't just tell someone, "Hey, there's a missile coming."
Good luck.
Fucking thanks. Where is it so I can watch? I want to watch it come down and kill me then, because that's all I have to do now.
Yeah. Thanks, government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
I would almost, in that sense, I'd almost rather just not even get the text and just be going about my happy day and then fucking be blasted.
See the sunrise again at 12 in the afternoon.
He gave me this text, and now my anxiety's like through the roof, and I'm fucking freaking out.
At least tell me where it's going to impact so I can enjoy this moment, all right? I want to watch. Yeah. I want to watch it go down.
Yeah, make sure I get it on my Instagram video so I can get the likes. All the people in Los Angeles can watch my video because they're 3 hours behind, so they'll catch up.
I think it's just like the societal.
Is it 3 hours or 6 hours? They're 3 hours.
Yeah, it's 3. So I was thinking more in lines like, what would the time frame look like as far as?
Oh.
All right, it's. We won't even say. Let's put that aside. Like we get alerted through the texting.
Yeah.
What if somehow it comes around on social media somehow? I don't know how this would happen, but. For instance, someone in South Korea sees this missile get launched. Wow, there's a missile.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming from North Korea. They film it.
Oh, it's going east.
It goes around. We're going to use the West Coast scenario in this situation. Films it. Hashtag freaking incoming nuclear bomb to LA.
Yeah.
And that goes around somehow. And I don't know how much time that takes. It takes probably a little bit.
For the missile to travel the Pacific?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. So that would
how many miles? That's like
several thousand, right?
Yeah. It's got to be right.
So that affords
I'd say like 2,000 miles from Asia to the U.S.
So that would afford enough time
2,000 miles an hour
for it to potentially go around and for people to start acting upon it. As in, I mean, we've seen what happens in L.A. as far as like riots and downfall of society, and it can happen quick. Right. So, what are we looking at when we get told there's a nuke coming in? I think we're looking at people going crazy, losing their minds.
It's like Bird Box, the movie.
Yeah,
they're just gonna freak out. Yeah,
probably see some looting, rioting, or not rioting. You're not really.
No, it's not.
People are not gonna have time for that. They're gonna be like Wild West.
Yeah, it's gonna be lawless for sure. Just mass panic.
Mm.
Yeah.
what mass panic does on a society. Pretty wild.
Oh yeah. It would be pretty bad, I would say.
You saw it with toilet paper.
Yeah.
Which I still think wasn't really a real thing.
What do you mean?
I think so. I think the example I use is the media can almost create their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example,
Definitely.
similar to the toilet paper thing, I'm saying I don't think it was real, as in
Widespread.
I think there was a toilet paper shortage, but the reason why there was one, I think is debatable.
Overblew it.
Yes. So, if the news came out today and said there was a gasoline shortage, everybody is going to go do what?
Go buy gas
and create a gasoline shortage. So they, in that sense, they can create their own reality.
Yeah.
I don't know that, and I don't, like I said, I don't know, but I'm going to use the Rogan line. It's entirely possible that there might have been a speculated toilet paper shortage. Because if you think about it, why was there a toilet paper shortage in COVID? This isn't a virus that causes dysentery, as far as I know.
No.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the flu. Yeah. So where did this come from? I think there might have been maybe a speculated one, and then they said it, and then they in turn created panic that caused a shortage in toilet paper.
Well,
I don't know though.
Now you have me thinking, why toilet paper?
It's weird. It's a weird thing.
It is a weird thing.
The memes started going around, and that created more more of a flow of this subject, this topic of a toilet paper shortage. Because memes are great for spreading info.
Oh yeah,
they're great for doing the immediate notification. It's an image, catch your attention. It has very few words or sentences on it, quick, and then I like memes for that. That's how I find out a lot of things are going on in the world. It's through a meme.
Yeah.
Because I in turn go and
they're
look
global too.
Yes.
It's not just the U.S. anymore.
I'll look deeper into it, and then I find what the bigger story behind it is.
Yeah. Why toilet paper? Huh.
So that's what I was thinking about. Where were we going with that?
The nukes. I don't know.
Yeah,
panic.
The nukes. Yeah, I forgot my train of thought. But the toilet paper thing is really sketch to me. Why? And this was because I was in the States at the time.
Oh yeah.
And that shortage made its way into Europe. Yes.
Huh. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't buy toilet paper for probably a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
In North Carolina.
Why? Some people were like, "Oh, Charmin just wants to make a few extra dollars this year. Let's get their sales."
Oh yeah, well that was the other thing. They were talking about the media was trying to prop up the corporate Walmart and other big box stores through the hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I don't believe in that at all. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
The government's trying to shut down small businesses and no.
Yeah, well, it's definitely unfair that especially in Cali, where all the lockdowns are happening, business shutdowns and losses at this point.
Yeah,
it's pretty unfair when the mom and pop can't be open, but In-N-Out can.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so that's what the problem was coming what, and we can get into this.
Yeah, but was it a concerted effort to do that, or is that just how the policies rolled out? I don't think it was a targeted effort to close down, Jim's Bakery.
I don't think their motivation behind it was we're gonna shut down these small businesses.
It's just how it turned out. It's how the cookie crumbled, I guess.
Even if it was like that, give it a few years, they're gonna come back. Maybe not in 2021, maybe not 2022. You're gonna have small businesses again in the grand scheme near future. Yeah, right. We'll say 2025.
Yeah.
So you didn't really defeat.
If not sooner.
Yeah.
People are still opening businesses today.
Yeah.
People have opened businesses
during COVID.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Cali because probably not too attractive to them to open up a business in a place where their first few weeks is going to be just an empty room.
Yeah. Did you see the story about it was the woman's restaurant they got rid. They had like no outdoor dining or anything. It was like takeout only, I guess, for delivery. The woman, she like put a ton of money into setting up outdoor dining, and then they shut it off. They shut it down. But then like across the street, they had like a movie production company like set up like a set on the street, and like had like a tent, like a
Filming
food tent
and everything.
Well, no, well yeah, but they had like a food tent set up
Oh.
for like all the employees.
That was in
company.
Cali?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why the fuck? Like I can't have outdoor dining at my like establishment, but this movie production company can like have a fucking what do you call that? Like a catering event,
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it's complete horseshit.
Yeah.
Like that.
What? Stupid.
So
But,
I've always said,
yeah.
protect the nursing homes, like in the book. Protect the nursing homes. Lock down the nursing homes.
Yeah.
That's definitely you should lock down. Keep everything else open. Wear a mask, socially distance, all the things that you feel comfortable doing.
Right.
The mask effectiveness is debatable. Social distancing though, I don't think is too debatable. I think it's like pretty set in stone. That's
pretty
the good deal.
I would say.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
CDC
CDC just changed the other day. Children can sit 3 feet apart instead of 6 feet apart. Did you see that?
Papa CDC is rolling out the new.
Yeah, they update it from time to time.
So it went from 6 to 3
For children in school.
for
Yeah.
only children.
Yeah, in school. You can sit 3 feet apart. Which makes sense.
It kind of makes me
'cause
think of
kids,
the
like don't get COVID anyway. So
yeah. Well, I think the kids get it, but they're not symptomatic, and they start spreading it. They're like assholes,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
They're like
you
these
get-
kids that don't suffer,
that's
and they
the
just
argument.
pass it
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
That's why the teachers don't want to go back to work, other than the
Mhm.
fact that they just don't want to work anyway. But yeah.
You think I don't want to work?
I mean, if I was working from home and taught kids on a laptop, I mean that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think their whole motive behind this is to protect the higher risk people. So
Yeah.
if the kids don't get it, they won't spread it to grandma and
Right.
grandpa,
Well,
Which-
yeah,
which is
that's true.
good. But
I
you're
guess.
taking at this point over a year from that young child. They're taking a year from a young boy or
Oh, yeah.
girl's life,
Yeah.
which is a big deal.
Right.
When you're young, that's a lot, like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of interaction you
little
didn't
bit.
have with your
Yeah.
buddies, your crew.
Yeah.
A lot of friendships that died or didn't get formed because of this.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's gonna have there probably will be studies. There's gonna be like a noticeable like difference in the generation
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
growing up now.
Yeah.
They'll probably be able to measure it.
For sure.
Like not in a like negative way.
Academic
It's like talking
performance.
bad about them. It's just the circumstance. But
Academic performance, social interactions,
Yeah.
everything.
you probably will have a
Finance.
measurable, like, they're just different.
Yeah.
And compared
It's
to like,
permanent effects. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're young, developing. You
Yeah.
can't take a year plus. We're over a year now, right? Well, right about a year.
We're literally like at a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do that to a 4-year-old. It's very when I was that age, summer break felt forever. 2 months.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about 10 summer breaks.
It's not even just 4-year-olds. I would say like grade school.
Yeah.
Middle school.
Figuratively, a young kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
taking that
What
from
about
them,
like a college student too? I mean,
Mhm.
like, I guess they still did like online and everything, but
Yeah. Well, at least the kids getting around that age can it definitely. I mean, a year means a lot to anybody.
right.
But
As far as like development,
yeah, which 18-year-old, 16-year-old still developing.
yeah,
We're still
you're trying
developing.
to get on your
Well,
feet. You're an adult. You're trying to go to college.
Mhm.
Get your fucking loans paid off or whatever.
Yeah. To them, it means more from a probably from definitely like a social standpoint, like interaction.
Yeah.
But like they're starting to get into like adulthood. They need to get their life going.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to start making money.
Right.
To a kid, I mean, they don't have those worries,
Mm-hmm.
but their worries are more like, I can't go play with
Right.
Johnny.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna go play Xbox and fucking get depressed.
My karate gym got closed down. Now I don't really hang out
Yeah.
with my friends.
I can't play sports.
Yeah. It's a
and my
huge
mom makes
deal.
me wear this fucking mask all the time. Like, why am I doing that?
Yeah, and I was thinking about that because it kind of hit me like when I was in an airport one time.
Yeah.
Somewhat recently. Seen like a little kid wear a mask.
It's like anybody over like 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
There
was
was a
like-
maybe it was a video or I heard about it. I heard about somewhere there was like a family that was like kicked off the plane because their like 2-year-old was like refusing to wear a mask. She was like having a fit about it, like crying about it. She like kept taking it off and they kicked them off the plane.
My
They're like
goodness.
banned from like United Airlines or American because their 2-year-old wouldn't wear a mask.
And it's a shame too because especially like 2-year-old can't really remember too much. Maybe like
No.
a 4 and up.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-year-old's not gonna remember shit.
Yeah.
Not a single thing.
So like, we'll say a 3-4-year-old when they start forming memories, their first memories are them wearing a mask, and everybody's wearing a mask. So to them, this is normal. This is like how the world is.
Yeah.
The world is this very dark place,
Yeah.
not too socially interactable. You don't get to see if they're smiling, if they're angry. You don't get to see their facial reactions.
Can't touch anybody.
Yeah. No emotions. It's just this really weird, fucked up world to them.
Yeah.
Well, not to them. They think it's normal.
Right.
Yeah. But to us, it's like, this isn't.
crazy.
It's like you want to grab them aside and be like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
All right? Give it a. Well, it's getting a little bit better now.
Yeah. The vaccines are coming along. Not in Europe.
Which is
Not
also.
in Europe though.
Not in Europe? Really?
No, did you hear the AstraZeneca? They put a hold on the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Yeah.
They're
British, I think, or something.
I
I thought they were a British company. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. They're
Don't
definitely
know.
European.
don't know where they're based out of. Oh, you're right. It was developed at Oxford, so that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
They found. I don't want to speak exactly like factually about it, but from what I heard and read about it, they found evidence that the AstraZeneca vaccine was leading to blood clots in like older people.
Ooh, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. So there's like several European Union countries stopped administering it for a little while. I think they turned it back on, but yeah.
Blood clots probably led to strokes, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually like to get on that because I have a more like personal like story about that. So it's someone I know, and this is where we get shut down. This is where we get banned.
Okay.
All right. So let me just go off.
I'm doing good so far. I think I'm behaving.
You haven't said anything that'll get us shut down yet.
No.
It'll be me this time.
I could do that though.
So we'll just go off this premise and frankly facts.
Yeah.
This is a vaccine that was formed in a very short amount of time with a small test pool.
Yes.
So we don't have, compared to other vaccines and other, like we'll say the polio vaccine, that probably had a long time. Maybe it was rolled out initially. There might have been some adverse effects, and they fixed it, and then over time, completely safe.
And they have long-term studies over it.
Right.
Like decades.
Right. And that's just like how a vaccine, you just don't know what you don't know. So when you have this vaccine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
What's going to happen in 10 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that? You don't know that. Can't predict that.
So when you have this
how do you know
vaccine that's rolled out and developed very quickly, rightfully so, we had a pandemic. We just had to.
Right.
That I understand. That's good.
Huh?
But when you have this person that I'm speaking of, probably wasn't going to be able to work had they not got vaccinated.
Okay.
Where they work. I think that's a little bit of a problem because you're forcing them to get this vaccine that we don't know too much about.
Right.
But you're not allowed to say that. The second you say that, you're a COVID denier, anti-vaxxer.
Anti-vaxxer, yeah.
You're not allowed to say those things.
Yeah.
But it's from a medical standpoint, had this been any other thing, it probably would have been like a bigger conversation piece. Well, guess what happened to this person? They had adverse reactions, and they still are to this day.
Huh.
And what really just grinds my gears is they go to the doctor and be like, "Hi, it's their eyes, their eye, not their eyeball, but like the skin around their eyes and everything. It's all like inflamed. It looks like they're having an allergic reaction to something. It's just kind of puffy and red.
Yeah.
That
sucks.
So this person in particular was even kind of like not wanting to buy into the vaccine as the cause of this. And I was like, okay, so
Oh, really?
Any doctor, so we'll say COVID isn't even a thing.
Sure.
You go to the doctor and you say, my scalp's been itching like a lot lately. And they'll be like, okay. And this just stop. This just start happening. You'll be like, yes. And then what are they going to do? Did you change anything in your diet? Are you taking new medication? Did your lifestyle change? Like X, Y, and Z. So with this case and this person, the only thing that we tried to figure out what changed. The only thing was the vaccine.
Yeah.
And if you're a doctor, like any medical person, would be like, you had an adverse reaction to that.
Yeah.
But
obviously
they're so caught up in the narrative that everybody should get vaccinated. Vaccine is completely safe.
Right.
If you don't get it, you're an anti-vaxxer, and you frankly
you're not doing your part.
Yeah.
You're not doing your part.
You need to protect others, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
so
meanwhile,
selfish.
it's like, this is a legitimate question, right?
Yeah.
You guys made this thing very quickly. There's not too much data on it. I'm kind of scared of the vaccine because I don't know what kind of adverse.
Yeah, but the president got it on video.
Right.
That should make you feel comfortable.
All the virtue signaling of, people getting it. And even the doctors are reluctant to just admit to this person it was probably the vaccine.
Well, yeah.
And eventually they did. They're like, but even they kind of like, they went towards the vaccine a little bit, but the explanation was the vaccine might have made you more susceptible to having a reaction to something else. And I was like, I think you just had a reaction to the vaccine directly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Duh.
But they're so... it's just so annoying because it wouldn't be like this with any other thing. I start taking a new medication. Yeah, my stomach has been like fucked up lately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what'd you change? You start eating something different? Did you start doing this different? You start taking new medications? Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, it was probably this because nothing else changed. This is the only thing that has changed in your lifestyle. So,
no, you're right.
I'm not saying the vaccine, because my father got vaccinated, the two-timer, and he fared just fine. And I'm glad he got it because, it's a vaccine, so hopefully he's immune.
Is he over 50?
Yes.
Yeah. Get the vaccine. Go for it.
So I'm all for it in the sense that you should get it, but I'm not necessarily for you should get it blindly. And also, I'll get back to that. Also, the possible like adverse reactions and side effects was never explained to the person that got it and had adverse. It was basically like, shut your mouth, sit down, get this thing. Yeah. Don't say anything else about it. You're just getting it.
Yeah. Make sure you post it on Instagram that you got it.
And we're going to mandate that you take a video.
Yeah.
So, but I'm all for the vaccine, obviously, because it's doing what it's doing and creating immunity.
No, I think the vaccine is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. The problem I have is that it's the saint of a vaccine. It's completely fine, ladies and gentlemen. Really. This thing that was developed super quickly, and there's plenty of cases that people had not too good reactions to it.
I don't think. Not everybody needs to get it either, though. That's the other thing.
Yeah, like Alex Berenson, his stance on the vaccine was, I don't know how much I agree with what he said, but he said if you're not high risk, and I'll tell you why I now don't agree as much with him. The immunity that you would develop as not like us, we're healthy. We get COVID, we're down a couple days maybe. Yeah. We're back on our feet.
Yeah.
The immunity that you develop from getting naturally.
Yeah, it's not permanent, right? Or what?
Well, his argument was that immunity that you develop naturally from antibodies and everything is better than the immunity from
really?
getting vaccinated.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
But because of friends that I have who have gotten COVID and they can't smell still or taste still. That kind of bothers me because the vaccine doesn't, as far as I know, I don't think it causes loss of taste.
No.
Yeah, not that enough. So if I can get something that keeps me from losing my taste, that's what I'm worried about. I like my smell and taste. It's very important. It's one of your senses. It's basically you going deaf or blind.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's two of your senses, right? Smell, taste, sight, feel.
Yeah. It makes your life like, this steak is so good. This wine is very tasty. It smells nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty important things to your life. So that being a pretty common side effect of getting COVID.
Yes.
Even asymptomatically.
Oh, really?
Yes, because this person that, one of my friends,
Mm-hmm.
they never got tested during or after. I keep telling them, hey, man, you need to get the antibodies checked, but it's probably been too long at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's within a time frame of months that you when you think you had it, you need to get checked to see if you had it, or else they can't test for it anymore. But what happened with him is he kind of got like I think he said he got like a little sick, and then he kind of just
From the
like
shot.
no
Or from COVID.
yeah, from COVID.
Oh, yeah.
He got like maybe a little sick. I don't know if he got sick at all. But what did happen is his taste and smell started deteriorating, and then his wife gets COVID. So, and like she got tested and everything. She had it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you for
Definitely
sure had it.
had COVID,
You
yeah.
had to have.
Right.
And he's still, to this day, and this is when COVID initially started kicking off. So I think we're coming up on not quite a year for him going through no smell, no taste.
He doesn't have smell or taste like to this day.
Yeah. And that bothers me.
Dude.
It's very frightening to me.
That's rare though, right?
Don't quote me on that. I'll have to ask him, but it's definitely been a while now. So
That's alarming.
if you could that's the thing, if you could just give me a vaccine
Right.
that isn't going to
Preventative,
fuck me up and it'll
2
prevent me
days.
from losing my taste and smell,
Yeah.
I'd be on board with it.
Yeah.
But don't give it to me, because if you give it to me, that means maybe the 70-year-old, 80-year-old can't have it. Just give it to them.
Well, I mean, I think they have more
have
than
enough?
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, the Johnson & Johnson's just a one shot. And they have, I think they just ordered like 100 million of that.
100
I mean,
million?
yeah.
Jeez.
So that's like, a third of the population.
All right, we'll say maybe the next in line. Like, don't give it to me. Give it to this obese guy. That is also.
Yeah.
Give it to the obese 20-something-year-old,
Yeah.
because they're at high risk. It's
Yeah.
not picking on them. They're
Right.
The virus
It's a fact of the
preys
matter.
on
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
give it to them.
Mhm.
And that's why we've had such a problem with this virus, I think, because the majority of the population falls in high risk simply because of obesity problems.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, Europe did better with it." And
Yeah,
I'm like,
because they're not fucking fat.
that's correct. They did fare better with
Yeah.
it. When you're obese,
Yeah.
you're just you're just vulnerable. Period.
To anything. Yeah.
Physical injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah.
So, yeah, the Europeans fared better because their culture is different. It's a culture that doesn't eat. Yeah, they don't eat as much and they don't eat as bad.
Right.
They eat healthier.
Mm-hmm.
So their population is going to fare far better than us. And the fact that we're like a lot of us are by default high risk
Yeah.
is just going to lead to a high death count. Now, and the death count can be debatable because
Yeah. I mean, that's totally botched. At this point.
if you're look,
You got hit by a car, but you had COVID, so you died from COVID.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
yeah, and I'm talking more of like even more common. You had this debilitating lung disease for
Yeah.
most of your life, and then you get COVID, and then you die.
Yeah.
Yes, you died.
With COVID, but not from COVID.
See, this is how they could fix that. Yeah, I agree. The with COVID thing. And
Yeah.
this isn't denying COVID isn't killing people. So
No, it is for sure.
don't get it twisted. Because people will want to say these guys don't think COVID is a real thing.
No, COVID's a real thing.
Yeah.
I totally admit that.
So all they have to do is, when they do their death statistics,
Mm-hmm.
we'll say just add another column to the right, and then list what other health complications this individual had. And when you do it like that, you're gonna, and this isn't discounting their death and saying they deserve to die. No, it's showing that the reality of the virus. It's a killer of people who, just
have comorbidities.
Yeah, it's just how they are.
Yeah.
Like and plus when there's a life expectancy for a reason. I think in America it's 78.
Oh yeah, it went down.
Oh no,
it went down because of COVID. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was like 84 or 82.
Oh yeah, maybe it was.
Now,
yeah.
Now it's like 79. Yeah. 78 maybe. Yeah.
So the life expectancy is established because once you get to this age, your chances of dying increases. It's just a thing. You could, if you're 84 and you get,
you're far more likely to die from anything.
If you're 84 and you have fragile bones and you fall and you break your hip and then you're weakened by that and then you get a cold, you might die.
Yeah.
So when you have that, we'll say you have the person that broke their hip and then they get COVID.
Right.
It's probably going to schwack you. You're probably not going to make it.
For sure.
And that's where like life expectancy comes from. That's not saying the 84-year-olds and up deserve to die because they did their time. It's just saying that you are more likely going to get taken out by this. And a lot of the 500,000 that died because of the virus they're in that class. A lot of nursing homes got completely jacked up from it.
Yeah.
And then you have the heart disease kills is the highest killer in this country.
Yes.
I think over everything. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I think
Pretty
I think
sure
it's
right.
number one.
Yep.
So when you have something that kills the most people in a year, on top of COVID, if you have the number one killer already in your system, like your heart's already fucked up and you get COVID, you probably should start counting your days because it's going to take you out. So once you do all that, the number of healthy individuals that this is taking out, like Black Plague style, or maybe even Spanish flu style. I don't know because I think the Spanish flu it didn't care. It was like kids.
Yeah, it was
healthy.
It was famous for kids. It was killing a lot of kids. Yeah.
Like the flu, the seasonal flu kills more kids.
Yes.
Is what I heard.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So when you do all
kids
that,
and elderly.
Yeah. So when you do all that and you look at it that way, you're going to see that this is a virus that kills people that are in those classes. The healthy folks, I don't know that we're necessarily at a high risk. I don't think we are.
Yeah, no.
So should we have
Like,
shut the whole country down?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Definitely not.
I mean, South Carolina, they kind of like just kept it open the whole time, and we're like completely open now. So I can get on board with that.
Yeah, if you're young, healthy, have an active lifestyle, healthy diet, and you're in shape, like you're pretty much fine.
The mental toll,
except for
that,
the whole pass it on to the other people thing.
Yeah,
I mean that's obvious too.
You should stay away from the old folks.
Yeah,
that's what they should have done. They should have, and well, I'm not saying they didn't, but particularly if we're talking about lockdowns, the nursing homes, like keep those things, bolt the doors
airtight.
Up. Yeah. So as far as the whole keeping kids out of school, because if they get it, they're going to pass it on. That's like the idea. It sucks, but keep grandma and grandpa kind of like away. Don't bring your kids around them, and don't deprive your son or daughter that's 4 or older of a whole year, going on a year, maybe more now at this point.
Yeah,
in the
there's
future.
still schools that are not in person, for sure.
I think the benefit of not depriving them of a year of their life, and then they don't get to see grandma and grandpa as much. You can still go see them. There's a such thing as socially distanced, right?
But you just fucking FaceTime them.
Yeah. Go to their house. Anyway. Stand far away.
Yeah.
You can still see grandma and grandpa.
Right.
I think that method is better, far more better for the kid.
Oh yeah.
Because
for sure.
The only compromise is really physical contact. You don't get the run. You shouldn't run up and hug them and get around them and get in their face.
Well, the whole other argument was with the teachers at school because they didn't want to go because they were gonna get it from the kids.
Yeah, I think because the teacher unions are very powerful.
Yeah,
they're
they got 25%. Well, it was between the teachers union and another faction, I would say, but of the recent STEM package, they got like 25% of the whole thing. They got like, so it was 1.9 trillion, so 2 trillion. Wow. They got $500 billion. Nice. The teachers union and some other, I think it was like transportation maybe. Something. Yeah, they got a lot of money. Which I mean, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, so I see their argument, I guess, like, don't make us work because we're going around all these sickly kids potentially.
Right.
And you making me go to work is increasing me getting COVID.
Right. Exactly.
But you
then
not
you
going to
the
work.
whole like, what's his name? Alex Berenson, right?
Yeah.
Is asymptomatic spread like even like a thing? I don't know. There's things to say about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. Like I think the initial thing was you can be asymptomatic and spread it, but I think now you don't. They found out that you don't really spread it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or something like that.
Yeah. There's definitely like there's outliers on both sides. You know?
Yeah.
It's like an average too. So I don't know. Fucking COVID, man.
So the argument of sending the teachers to school is that you're endangering them because it could be an old teacher. There's old teachers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They shouldn't go to school.
Yeah, exactly.
But as a teacher, like, you care about the kids, right? Like, you want to see them succeed. I would be like, no, I still want them to come to school and have a good time. Me personally, I'm going to, I don't know, figure it out. I don't have the answer right now, but there is ways you can adapt a different teaching method that will put you in a safe position.
Yeah, what if they had the teacher on, like, you know, like a VTC?
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
what if they just did like a VTC with the kids in the class?
Mm-hmm.
Like, teachers don't have to go to school, but the kids
I've been
can
taught
still
that
go.
way.
Yeah, wait, what?
I've been taught that way as an adult. So that method is a real thing.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know? Because then the kids are still going to school, seeing each other, having social interaction. And, yeah.
They should still have the kids go to school. And then
The teacher's just on a screen.
I get the teacher not wanting to go. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm defending more of, like, the kids not going to school. I think they should go to school. The teacher.
Yes.
I'm not saying the teacher should still go to school because
Right.
if it's
Obviously at-risk teachers.
yeah, if it's like some young 23-year-old
Yeah, you're probably fine, but
that just graduated college and now you're a teacher, it should be left up to you whether you want to go or not. If you don't want to lose your smell or taste for like a year, then I don't blame you.
yeah.
But for sure, if you're, because there's the old teachers, they're
sure.
at high risk. They're
Definitely.
maybe obese.
Yeah.
You shouldn't require them to come in, but
No.
what you shouldn't just immediately be like, no, that's not happening. Is making the kids
Shut
not
them
coming.
down.
Yeah. Keep them in. Have them just do life as normal.
Did you watch President Biden's primetime address the other day? It's like last Friday.
I did not. No.
Yeah, last Friday. He said by 4th of July. He thinks by 4th of July we're going to be able to have a barbecue.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody gets vaccinated and blah, 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 blah.
I don't really like these deadline things. Because it's like, it kind of comes down to like the, I don't know if it was the president saying as well. It was something that came out, and you see it now in society. It's the two maskers.
Two what?
The two maskers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
I think it was a Fauci thing.
It was Fauci?
I think so.
Okay. When you start setting that, like, precedents that you can just increase it, you know, like, we'll just increase the mask. We'll increase the time. And it's like, okay, where does it end?
Yeah.
4 masks? 5?
Right. Well, if 2 masks is the most effective thing, why didn't we do that from the beginning?
Right.
You know, like, why now?
Well, then people argue, oh, we didn't know as much. Now we know more now.
Right.
But you're creating this thing that you just keep increasing it and things, nah, we can't open up now. We'll open up in these deadlines.
Labor Day.
Why are you creating a deadline?
Maybe Halloween.
Yeah. When you start doing that, it's like you're, it almost sounds like it's like planned or something. Like, what do you mean you can't? You're setting a date to this thing, so by then the cases are going to be low enough. And don't say you can have that's not in anybody's line of work. Telling American citizens when they can and can't have their barbecues.
Oh,
I don't know
people
about
that at all.
That's
I don't think anybody. I don't know anybody that likes that.
Yeah, that's not like what Americans stand for,
Right.
That's like, as a country, like we're known for liberty and all that. So when you get into that like mindset of like, all right, 2 masks now, next week might be 3, we'll see.
Right.
And then we might think about letting you guys get to have fun by July 4th. Okay, how's that sound? I don't like that.
Don't worry, we got another stim check coming for you though. So
after this one?
I doubt
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh.
It was a joke, but
Yeah,
I got 3 more like quick hits for COVID. So, you
Lay
see
it on us.
Australia? The
yeah.
Australian lockdowns, like they were like straight up like kicking in doors, like arresting people. There was like 3 dudes like smoking a cigarette like on the roof of like their apartment complex. They had like the fucking helicopter like surveilling them, and
Oh my.
they had like the building was like surrounded. They got like arrested for like being on the roof of their apartment, like smoking together. Which is
And
crazy.
that happened recently?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
within the past 8 months.
because I heard about their drones.
Oh,
It
really?
was they were doing like a full-on surveillance state. It was very
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, they
they're-
were like full like authoritarian lockdown.
Yes.
Like, you're not going anywhere.
That is.
I don't think it wasn't like all of Australia. It was like it might have just been like Sydney or maybe just like Melbourne or something like that. But I don't know. They were like definitely like arresting people for like minor.
Just being a human.
yeah.
How dare you do that?
Yeah. You're smoking a cigarette on your porch. Go back inside, dude. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's really frightening. Hearing that shit.
And then number 2 is what do you think would happen if we just forgot about COVID right now and the country went back to 2019 standard like tomorrow? Do you see like 1 million people die in the next like month from COVID?
Oh,
Does
just
anything
drop of the
happen?
pin. We go back to normal.
Yeah, like tomorrow.
So I would
Everything's
say
school, no mask, fucking everything. Just normal.
So if we
Is it going to explode or no?
if we go off the idea that so we haven't cured COVID, so it's still a thing in the air.
Yeah.
So death rate should spike dramatically. Just simple fact that people are going out more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we would lose more people, but it's kind of bad, because if we're trying to save lives, and that's where the lockdown argument comes from. Oh, we're saving lives.
Are you though? Because when you do the Florida, California,
it's debatable.
Argument,
When you see California, the most locked down state.
Florida's like not locked down hardly at all, and the numbers are the same.
California has like the strictest everything, and
and the numbers are the same. As Florida.
They're number 1. Like
yeah, but like relatively, like Florida has had like similar results and statistics as California.
Just being open
without yeah.
So,
but then you have population difference and everything like that. So whatever.
I think that people would continue dying. I don't know what you think. I'm pretty sure people would. Yeah. Actually, there would be an increase in deaths.
Yeah, sure.
Because people going out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as a society, we'd obviously be less pent up from this whole like thing. People are out enjoying their lives, and emotionally and just psychologically, everybody's healthier from it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's totally realistic. It's such a divide. There's like half the people that think it's all bullshit and half the other people that will go down dying. That's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, certainly isn't the worst thing in the world.
No.
Definitely.
No.
Well, we've seen a lot of states do it. Florida, a lot of South Carolina. Just keep everything open. At the state level, still there's a mask mandate, and then businesses will tell you to wear a mask. People don't follow that though. You go to Walmart in the South, maybe not really here every now and then, but in the South, people aren't wearing that damn mask.
Yeah.
So just keep everything open, wear a mask, and then socially distance. But keep everything open.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know about the curfew things
What about if you get vaccinated, you should still wear a mask? What's the logic
So,
behind that? It's a social
yeah,
pressure thing.
that's
Isn't
another good one. That also I have that personal relation to that one. I think that is really weird because
It's illogical. It doesn't make sense. It's just
So-
a social encouragement.
it's
I'm doing the right thing.
where's
so
your
you
mask?
should do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's weird because the argument is, like I was saying, vaccine is completely safe. You should get it.
Yeah.
Nothing to fear.
Sure.
Okay, I get it. So I'm good, right?
Yeah.
I'm immune to COVID.
Yeah. Let's
Right?
go have a party.
I'm
gonna go
put
to
your
the bar.
mask back on.
Yeah.
And
Why?
you're like, wait, what?
Why?
I thought you just said I was like, good. I
Well,
can't
You
get
gotta
it.
set the example.
I can't spread it.
No. You can't get it.
So like, why am I still wearing this? And that was the thing that I was thinking of, is like, the thing's gonna be, we're gonna wear the mask until everybody starts getting vaccinated. And we're gonna
Yep.
start reopening when everybody starts getting vaccinated.
Yep.
People are still wearing a mask after they get vaccinated, and then it's gonna be, all right, you can not wear the mask, but then you gotta. This is where I get really weird. You gotta show proof you got vaccinated.
Yeah.
That is really scary to me.
Yeah, I had that thought, but I didn't want to bring it up, but
Yeah.
we talked about that for a long time.
Yeah. So, wearing the mask after vaccination, I don't understand it, because it's like if you had polio and it cured you of you walking on crutches. I think it was something that people did when they had polio.
I'm not sure.
I might be wrong. You have polio, so you walk on crutches. You get vaccinated, you no longer have polio.
Mhm.
Hey, continue walking on your crutches.
Right.
But I don't need them. I was vaccinated. No, continue walking on your crutches.
So everybody else knows that it's the right thing to do.
So,
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about the mask. How effective it is debatable. N95s, though, the
Yeah,
respirators.
real masks.
A real respirator.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
have been
respirator. Right.
proven to be very good.
Yes.
The effectiveness of a cloth mask,
It's worth
according to what people say, it's not too much evidence there.
Yeah.
It does very, very small, like,
Negligible.
yeah, the effects is very small.
Yeah.
And that's where the 2 mask thing came from, I think.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't like that. It's became a signal, like
That's exactly what it is.
it's an image thing. Are we in the business of saving lives, or like doing things that get popular on Twitter? If we're in the business of saving lives, you could argue that you shouldn't wear the mask because it provides the false sense of security. Because if we're
Mhm.
going off the premise that the mask doesn't, unless it's an N95 respirator
Right.
that actual doctors wear,
Mm-hmm.
and rightfully so, because they're dealing with a lot of COVID patients, you shouldn't, frankly, put those on if you're not socially distancing as well, because you feel like, I have my mask on so I can't spread to him, so I can get closer to him,
Yeah.
which in turn is putting yourselves at a higher risk,
Yeah.
because they have gaps above the nose,
Sure.
around your chin,
Mhm.
a lot of stuff. It's not filtering. It's not doing what you think it's doing, like
No.
an N95 is doing, and that's only when an N95 is worn perfectly,
Right.
and they're uncomfortable when they're worn perfectly.
Sure. It's
So
about to be summertime.
yeah,
You think that's gonna be god awful?
wear it outside in DC.
Yeah.
That's how they have it. Put your mask on. You're outside.
Oh, people do it around here too,
Yeah.
for the most part.
And that's the other thing. I don't think there's too much
Outdoor
evidence
spread.
that there's. I'm pretty sure it's the only time it spread a lot was during the big protests going on,
Yeah, sure.
which makes sense. 'Cause giant crowd, a lot of shouting, a lot of
Yeah.
spit.
Right.
So that makes sense. But
No, I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
studies show that it's spread more in. It's like household spread.
Yep.
Than
it spreads very
Anywhere
well
else.
indoors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because, I mean, that lines up because more people are inside. So,
Right.
like, obviously, there's less people outside. So the math and the stats show that it spreads more inside. That makes sense. But
Yeah.
whether
That-
or not it's like actually relative, I don't know.
Yeah, that was something
But,
in the book.
I don't know. What else you got? Privacy something?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Wait, what'd you say?
You got something about privacy.
Oh.
Topic.
Yeah. I kind of want to hit the dog one.
Oh, dog.
Yeah.
What was that about?
So
Oh, dog ownership. in
Dog
apartments?
ownership. Yeah, we can get off COVID. Nobody. It's been a talk for too long now. So dog ownership.
Yeah.
So
In apartments or small living space.
and this could be controversial and everything, but it's okay.
Okay.
So owning a dog,
Mm-hmm.
we'll say, let me just backtrack. So probably the most common way of owning a dog, I'd probably going to say most common, is owning a dog in either a apartment with no backyard or yard period. You have to take the dog out and walk them.
Yeah.
Or in we'll say a subdivision. In a
Like
house.
like a townhouse or.
Yeah. In a house that has a backyard that is only very small. Though.
Yeah, sure.
So they get to run free a little bit, but you still walk them.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Me neither.
And here's the reason why. So all the dogs that we've ever owned, we live on a farm.
Okay.
And we have acres.
Several dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
have,
10 acres, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on 6.
Nice.
5.5.
Yeah. And we can talk, if you own dogs, we can talk about that too. So you have a dog that, in my case, is running free, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to take them on a walk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to go on a walk. They're
Right.
fine with running around and
Yeah.
being in their field and woods and all that stuff.
Right.
And there's another part I want to get to, particularly with Huskies.
Oh, okay.
So when you have a dog that is kept up in an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
it is, I don't even know that a veterinarian would tell you this, but that is not good for the damn animal. It just isn't. It's an animal that is meant to run around. Okay.
Needs to act.
We're humans.
Yeah. Depends on the breed, I guess. Slightly.
Yeah.
But for the
Human
most
beings can't sit in a room all day.
No.
We can. Is it healthy? No.
No.
You need to get out, walk, go to the
Yeah.
gym,
Get some
exercise.
vitamin D, some sun.
Yeah. Dog is a mammal.
Right.
Can't be too much different.
That's exactly.
They look
yeah.
different from us, but their needs are fairly similar
Yeah.
as far as,
If anything, they're more high strung, more needy.
yeah.
You know.
So,
Fucking animal.
yeah, as an animal. When you have this dog that's kept up inside all day,
Mm-hmm.
and you come home and they're just so happy to see you and just
Yeah.
begging to get outside, or you come home one day and they're kind of sad and not to react. Oh, what's wrong, little Baxter?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's probably because you kept him inside all fucking day long.
Yeah.
It's not good for the damn animal. It probably
Right.
wants to jump out in front of a car. It's
Yeah.
probably depressed.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say like mental health like in dogs is like a thing for sure.
Yeah. It's a mammal. It's
Right.
us. It's one of us. Just looks
It's a
different.
cognitive.
Right.
being.
It's not as intelligent as us in terms of
Yeah,
like
it still has
as a human.
emotion and feeling though.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's an
Yeah,
animal. It has
yeah.
emotions.
Right.
So when you keep this thing pent up, and even
Mm-hmm.
apartment is worst case,
Yeah.
I would go on to say, and people will get mad, if you live in an apartment, I think you should reconsider owning a dog. Unless you can be there all the time and that thing gets outside on a
Yeah,
walk.
At least during like your lunch break or something.
Yeah. Because I think a dog doesn't even frankly belong indoors. I think it should come inside if it wants, but it
Right.
should have like not a backyard either. I'm talking like something large.
Yeah.
Like, and even if you have more dogs with it, even better.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like
Companionship.
it's a mammal.
Right.
We
social
like
thing. Yeah.
we like being around other people.
Mm-hmm.
Dog likes being around other dogs.
Yep.
So when you have this thing that's kept up all day, I don't think that's good for it. But about Huskies, so
Mm-hmm.
Huskies are by nature a sled dog, as far as I
Yep.
understand. They're a sled dog.
That's what they're used for. Yeah.
Right. So, and their blood and just how they are, they're an animal that is used to being around a pack of other dogs
Yes.
doing a kind of like excruciating task of pulling a sled. and
They're
running.
working dogs, yeah.
Yeah, it's a working dog.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in Alaska, using them as a sled dog, I don't know where else they get used. I think it's predominantly Alaska and probably Russia and all that.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada. So they're this pretty dog. They are. They're like a small wolf. Very nice looking dog.
Oh, yeah.
People in America where it doesn't snow hardly any, they're not pulling them on a sled.
They don't shave them either.
Yeah. They're not pulling sleds. They get these dogs and they keep them in their house all day.
Mm-hmm.
Or they keep them in their apartment all day.
Yeah.
You're taking this dog, but it's not really... You're taking it completely out of its like habitat, so to speak. If you look up character traits of a husky, they're described to be like stubborn and like this, that, and the other.
Yep.
I think we created that in them. We brought that out of them. You're taking this dog that you take to the dog park once a day, and then it doesn't want to leave.
Right.
No shit, it doesn't want to leave. It's not meant to live. Yeah. It doesn't want to go back to the prison, your house.
Yeah, yeah.
That your house is a prison to it, I think.
Solitary.
So of course it's stubborn.
Yeah.
And then human beings are like, that stubborn, disobedient dog. How dare it? And I'm like, no shit, it's being like that. It doesn't want to go back.
Yeah.
So I hate that. You're like mislabeling the dog because as a selfish
it's your
human.
Fault. Yeah, it's your it's the owner's fault. Yeah.
No joke, it's stubborn.
Right.
Like we've had Pyrenees and Anatolian Shepherds.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all we've had. Those are farm guardian dogs.
Yeah.
They're on a farm with goats, chickens, and...
Yeah, I know the Pyrenees. What was the other one? Angolian?
Anatolian Shepherd.
Anatolian.
Yeah, it's a Turkish dog. People like to mix those two breeds together.
Yeah.
So right now we have a handful of those. Anatolian Shepherd and Pyrenees mix. Because they're like the two...
The Pyrenees are big dogs.
Pyrenees are those big fluffy white ones. But an Anatolian Shepherd is a really short hair dog. So when you combine them, you get this mid-length hair with the traits of both. They're good-looking dogs. So we have these working dogs, and what they would think as they're like, this is where I belong. Do you think we have problems with them? No, they're fine. They don't leave. They don't try to dig out. They're not aggressive. They're not stubborn. They're not mean. They
have a job.
Yeah. They have a purpose. They're a good dog.
Right.
Because they're where they belong.
Doing what they're bred to do, yeah.
Right. So when you have a dog like a husky that has a very particular like a calling.
Job set, yeah.
I bet that dog that you keep that poor husky you keep in your apartment all day would just love to get hooked up to a sled.
Yeah.
That's what they do. So that's kind of like my rant about dog ownership in these prisons.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally irresponsible. Like dog and pet ownership is definitely a huge thing.
Yeah,
I'm very much a proponent for like animal rights and everything like that. Yeah. I'm a closet tree hugger for sure. But have you ever heard of sea shepherd? I was telling somebody else about it the other day.
Sea shepherd?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
How about you seen the Whale Wars show on Discovery? Or Animal Planet?
I've heard of that.
I
think I know a little bit about it. Yeah.
Well, Sea Shepherd is just like an animal rights activist group, but they're like highly like offensive, like in their tactics. They like ram, or maybe not ram, but they harass the Japanese whaling ships, like in the Antarctic Ocean or Arctic Ocean.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So, no, I follow them a little bit. They're pretty cool. I think they do good stuff, but the whole I actually just watched a documentary too. This is tangentially off what I was just saying, but I watched a documentary about the dolphin trade in Japan, how they trap and sell dolphins by like the hundreds to aquariums.
Oh shit.
There's like I forget the name of the it's like a cove, but they just have it like netted off, and they have like tarps like strung up over the cove, so you can't see it from air. Like journalists can't see from above, like on the mountains. But they literally just trap just whole pods of dolphins, and they sell them to aquariums in Japan for pretty penny, right? They don't actually eat the dolphins that much anymore. That's what it used to be about, but now it's all about the aquariums for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just fucked up how they do it. You know, they wrangle them all up. They die. Some of them die in the process. They get
Right.
strangled in the nets or whatever. And interesting enough, dolphins, they actually like commit suicide. Like I haven't heard of like any other animal that actually like commits suicide. They literally just don't come up because it's a mammal, right?
Yeah.
It has to come up for air. They
Just drowns
don't.
itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I knew they were like extremely intelligent.
Oh yeah.
Like they're up there with like chimps. And,
Yeah,
like,
they're highly intelligent.
ravens or crows.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the sea version
Yeah.
of like the smart animal.
Yeah, they're incredibly smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll just fucking go to the bottom of their exhibit, I guess, or even if they're in the cove, they're being rounded up, they'll just not come up. Yeah, and kill themselves. It's fucking nuts.
And that right there is no different from taking a dog and putting it in an apartment.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, actually, I knew people that had a husky, and it like, it just fucking, I don't know, but it fucking used to like bite its arms. It had like bloody arms, like it would like just kind of like burrow into its arms, on like maybe like a golf ball sized area.
Chew on itself.
Yeah.
Was that?
But they had a farm. They didn't keep the dog at the farm, but they had a decently sized backyard. But I think it was, I don't know, like why? What was up with that dog?
That's strange.
But they had a husky and it fucking was not happy about being inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend that said something similar. They had a dog. I think it was honestly, it could have been a husky as well. I think it was. It would just sit there and lick itself. It would just keep licking itself.
Yeah.
Until they made it stop.
I think that's like a normal thing.
Yeah.
I think it's like a grooming thing.
But
with
it would
huskies.
just like.
Yeah. Well, because their hair is so long, they
Yeah.
clean it a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's kind of normal. But
Yeah.
No, I really want to get a Belgian Malinois. Have you seen
Yeah.
this? They're
Like
like
badass
definitely
police dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They're
serious.
terrifying animals.
I mean, they can be.
As far as how they look.
They're extremely fat. Have you seen them jump? They can jump like fucking like 25 feet.
They're far
It's
superior to the
absurd.
German.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They do better in heat. They're faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. They're
They're
like specimen
yes.
dogs.
They're fucking
But
terrifying.
it's like they're literally like they're like a full-time commitment, you know. It's like having a child.
yeah.
Especially if you're like a single guy,
Yeah.
you know. Like if you don't work that dog like for 2-3 hours a day or run it like 6 miles a day, like it's going to fucking either be miserable or it's going to destroy your house.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
gonna rip the curtains down.
Yeah.
Chew a
And
hole through the couch.
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cuz it needs a job, you know.
Yeah. It needs a
Yeah.
purpose in life.
Yeah.
It's good for an animal to feel like it has like. It wakes up in the morning and it's like, all
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
time
and
to do
then
this.
there's non-working breeds, you know, like a fucking Shih Tzu or whatever, like,
Yeah.
you know, the little fucking dogs, but like,
Probably keep your Chihuahua inside, yeah, because it might get eaten by another dog.
yeah, like
Could happen.
So it really depends on the breed, but like having a working dog in a small, house,
Yes.
is like not okay. At
Yeah,
all.
that's the particular problem I'm talking about,
Yeah.
particularly with the working dogs.
Because those are the dogs that people, you know, they like the German Shepherds and Golden Retrievers.
You
And
got this
whatever.
giant Saint Bernard in your apartment.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, like why, dude?
Do you think it wants to be in there?
No, dude. Have you ever
So-
seen a Irish Wolfhound? That's another one of my favorite dog breeds. Irish
Mm.
Wolfhounds. They're gigantic.
I
They
haven't seen one of those.
like standing tall. They could be like as tall as this boom arm, like 3-4 feet off the ground.
Just standing?
Yeah,
Like-
like if they're like on their hind legs,
Oh.
they're like 6 feet.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
taller than you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're
Hmm.
huge dogs.
They're giant.
They
small horse.
they they guard the sheep from wolves, you know. But they only live to like 6 years old. Maybe
man.
7. They have real short lifespan. Yeah.
That's not much. Yeah.
No, it's really, really short. It's like Great Danes. Great Danes are another, big dog, but they don't live very long at all.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, they just have their health is just like not sustainable. I don't know. I think it's like a heart thing, maybe.
What's a Malinois' lifespan? Like 12, 10?
It's definitely not as short as those, but
Yeah.
I think it's pretty average, probably. Yeah, 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the dogs we've had, they've lived decent long. I mean, we have our one dog now. He's 10
Yeah, my dog at home is
roughly.
11, 10. Yeah,
Mhm.
10.
And that dog was kept on like your land and had a
Yeah,
place
we
to
have a
go.
huge backyard.
Yeah.
Our backyard's probably an acre in and of itself.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little more.
What kind is it?
Just like a lab mix.
Okay.
Spaniel. Yeah.
Huh.
The rescue. But yeah, she can run around wherever the hell she wants. Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about the dogs being, frankly, where they belong, outside. I don't know that they should stay inside all the time.
Well, it also aggravates me when people keep dogs outside all the time, though, too. Like in the winter and summer, it's like, dude, your dog is like fucking dying outside. Like, bring it inside. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know.
So our dogs, they've never been inside. They never will come inside. We keep
Yeah, but
them
do
outside.
you have like a barn or?
Yeah, they have shelter.
Yeah.
That's important for a dog to have a shelter.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned in the least about them getting cold. They're longer coated dogs.
Well, yeah, if
itself.
they're sheltered, then they're fine.
Yeah.
But like, I'm talking about the people that have like the little like plywood like dog house like.
They have a post in the ground with their chain around
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No,
It's like
yeah.
your dog, dude. It's like fucking 20 degrees out.
If they're outside all the time, give them shelter. Give them a dog house.
Yeah, adequate shelter.
Something. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, I agree with that. For sure. Shelter, the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will say, like, it's going to get cold. If it's a Chihuahua,
Well, yeah.
maybe. If it's a Pyrenees, no.
Yeah,
The dog is
they're
not gonna
mountain
get cold.
dogs. Yeah, yeah.
It likes the cold.
Right. Yeah.
It's okay.
Right.
Somebody recently was saying that about a Husky.
Yeah, they're fine.
It's cold. It's shivering. I was like, no, it is not cold. The dog is not cold. It likes this weather.
Well, in the continental U.S., like what does it get usually? Like the average, like 20 maybe teens here and there.
If you have a dog in North
Alaska,
Dakota,
take a Husky like on the Iditarod, sled race. Like, it's like fucking like negatives easily.
the thing's pulling a sled and it's like,
Yeah,
it's having a good day.
Yeah, in wet snow.
Yeah.
It's like
The animals are far more capable of being in the cold than you think. Like
yeah.
I'm not talking about all dogs because like you have some rat dogs, I would call them, that's probably not gonna fare too well even when it gets like in the 20s.
Right.
But to a Husky, that's like
depending on the breed. Yeah.
prime time.
Yeah, that's
Let's
fine.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
but when you have the longer hair dogs, you think the thing's gonna get cold and you want to get a little sweater for him. It doesn't want the sweater.
Yeah,
it's okay.
it'll be fine.
It likes the damn cold.
Mm-hmm.
It could be in the negatives and it'd probably still be just fine.
Yeah.
But to afford the ability to get away from the cold rain,
Right.
give it a shelter.
Yeah. Right.
Because just being a human, make sure it has. That's where you're gonna have the food. Is the
What do
food
you think
gonna get
about
wet?
zoos?
That's something I was gonna get into.
Mm.
I forgot about that. There's that thing again. I forgot, but then I remembered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Zoos. So my stance with zoos is. So I like the refuges more. I like that idea more.
Yeah.
If the purpose of the zoo is to take the black rhino out of Africa, because it will die there and get poached.
Yep.
If the purpose is to keep him from becoming extinct, I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
I would still say, all right, do you have a refuge you can put him on? Because I don't like the zoo.
Right.
If you're taking an animal and put him in a zoo just for
people to
people's
come take pictures of.
enjoyment,
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess for like even like snakes that have this rattlesnake, obviously it's not endangered. Don't put them out in the wild. Don't have them in the
Any type of captivity is just
it's
not okay.
If the captivity, because if it's not an endangered animal and you're doing it out of that nature to keep them safe from going extinct,
Right.
it is captivity.
Yeah.
You're imprisoning this poor silverback gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else I could talk about. But when you have these animals that are there strictly for our entertainment, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't set them free because they're too dependent on us. So,
Oh well, yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Once you put them in captivity, you can't release them.
What they
for the
should
most
do
part.
is just keep the ones there that are there. Don't bring any new ones in.
Mm-hmm.
Once all of them come to the day where they die, shut the zoo down.
Yeah. How about the circus? That's even worse.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Circuses are even worse. Have you ever seen how they trained elephants?
I've seen a few videos. It's very cruel.
It's extremely cruel and violent.
Yes.
They use that pike stick. It's like with the hook on it. It's like a
Uh,
metal.
I don't know about that.
It's like the length of like a baseball bat. It's like a cane, basically. It's like a cane, but on the end has like a barb on it.
Yeah.
And they fucking they just beat the shit out of it with it. They like hook it on their tusks. They hook it on the bottom of their feet, and yeah, they just train them through pain. Yeah.
Wow.
Another interesting thing about elephants, I watched this on a documentary a long time ago, but you probably haven't seen it, but if you ever go to a zoo and you see elephants in captivity, you'll see them like swinging back and forth. They just do it like incessantly, nonstop. They just swing.
They're
Like their heads
okay.
and their snout.
I probably saw it, but it didn't stick.
Yeah. Because the reason that is because elephants are genetically and naturally they're grazing animals. They move long distances, graze through large areas, right? Well, and when you do that, you're walking and you have a natural sway when you walk, right? But when you put an elephant that's designed to graze
Right.
multiple miles a day or whatever, and you put it in captivity, it just sits there, and now it's mimicking that
Mhm.
walking through just swaying its head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, if they shut down zoos across this country tomorrow,
I'd be okay with
as
that.
long as they put them, no, maybe not shut them down because then it's like, all right, where's the animals gonna go? If they said we are ceasing to continue a zoo after all the zoos are just gonna go out, they're just gonna shut themselves down with the passing of animals. They're gonna shut down once all of animals have passed away.
Right.
Died.
Unless it's for the, like, see, it's about the tour. It's like tourism versus conservation and like protection. You know?
Yes.
The whole like tourism thing, and I get it for like kids. Like you want to show them, like, get them interested in animals and wildlife and scientific and everything like that, which is great. But
that's not the way to do it.
No.
So yeah, I should put a caveat on that. Zoos should only be. It should be a viewing of endangered animals. We'll say it like that. All the animals in a zoo, which, like I said, I would prefer them to be on a refuge, open, free. But then you get down to like, well, they're not as safe because if you have an endangered prey animal, an endangered predator animal, they might kill each other or something. Yeah. So you get that argument. Yeah. But the animals at a zoo should be, one, endangered, period. If they're not, they shouldn't be there. Or two, you can't afford them a refuge because this is all we got. We can't lock on a refuge. We can't send them to a refuge. So we just have to keep them here. It's just how it is.
Right.
And they're able to reproduce and build up their numbers. I can get on board with that. The conservation aspect, the tourism piece, though, no. I don't care if you don't get to enjoy watch YouTube.
You want to show your I was literally gonna say, you want to show your kid the fucking giraffe, get him a fucking VR headset and go play like zoo VR. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a easier thing to explain to. Sorry, we don't have any in person because if we did, she would be taking them out of their habitat.
Yeah, it's the right thing. Yeah.
And we're doing the right thing by not doing them that. Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Yeah. So that's my stance on zoos. I think we hit all the widgets today. I think we hit all the ones.
There was I like the privacy thing. There was something about privacy. I forget what it was.
Privacy?
Yeah. I don't know.
Was this something we were already talking about, or?
No, it was on your list. I forget.
Hacking Facebook on accident?
Yes.
Was that? Yeah, we can get in that one. Yeah.
We'll wrap it up with that one, I guess, if you want.
So,
I can talk all day, but
huh?
I said I could talk all day, but we can wrap it up with that.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up on that one. So, the short story is I accidentally didn't purposely do this.
Yeah.
Got into someone else's Facebook account today. Hacked, whatever you want to call it. I guess that's hacking.
And a random person, right?
Random person.
Right.
I have no clue how it happened.
Wrong email.
So yeah. So Facebook.
Guess the password.
So Facebook has you can log in with email or telephone number.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know how it happened.
Mhm.
So I was trying to change because I've been logging in with my European number that I've had when I was in the Netherlands. And my Facebook account has been associated with that European number for this time. And somehow I got logged out on my computer. So I was trying to log back in. I was still on my phone. So I was trying to log back in on my computer.
Yep.
And I was entering my European phone number and I guess what I thought to be the password. Kept saying there was a problem. So I was like, all right, I'll put my new number in, stateside one. Couldn't get in. And then you can recover your username or not your username, your like number. So
through email probably, right?
no, so they have something where you can enter your phone number to recover your account.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
So I put in my European one, nothing came up. I put in my stateside number, account came up, and what they do is they put like the first letter of the name and like the first letter of the last name, and then put like dot out the
Stars.
rest.
Yeah.
Stars. And
It matched.
it didn't match.
Oh no.
It was not. I was like, who is? It was like AS.
Yeah.
I was like, who is that?
yeah.
So
I'm gonna log in anyway.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what this is. This is my number.
Right.
This is my number. So what's the deal? Then it became like, who the hell is this? Did my Facebook account get hacked or something? So I reset the password and then logged in.
Yep.
I was in somebody else's account. It was a random
Oh, you
person.
reset the password.
Yes. So I was in a
Wait. Okay. So you reset the password. Now, how did you do that? Through email?
It texted me. It texted me my two-factor verification to my number. It came to me, and I verified it and everything, and got into an account, another
and you
account.
reset it on the you reset your password on the computer.
Yes.
So all you needed to do to get to the reset password screen was get that the 2FA code, and put it in.
Yes.
And
So
that came to your phone.
basically what it was is that someone else has the same number as me is what it came down to.
How's that possible?
I don't know. When I logged in, it was somebody else's account. It's not some old account either. There was activity on it from like a few days ago. I could see, I didn't click on, but I could go into all their messages. I could go on their Facebook. I was in their Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened. And it's so
You
confusing
know what
to
you
me.
could have done is you could have looked at the IP history and see like where they're at. You could have really snooped around.
Oh yeah. I could have done some detrimental. I was thinking about how funny it would have been. I don't know. We'll say this guy's name was Bob. I don't remember his name. I should have went on his wall on Facebook and said, because I changed the password.
Yep.
So
He can't get in.
I basically changed someone else's password.
Yeah.
I should have said, I'm sorry, Bob, for doing this. Here's your password so you can get back into your account.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so strange.
So what's he gonna do now though? So he's gonna go reset his password, right?
So I was thinking about that because I was like, well, can he get into mine now? Do we share a phone number?
Yeah.
And this person was in South Carolina as well.
Oh yeah, because it's the same number, right? Area code.
So I was like, if they request again to their account and do what I just did, will it come to them and then they get into mine or something? So I was kind of concerned about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I was thinking, I was like, they can't have the same number as me. Like, how is that even possible?
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It can't be.
So I don't know if like they had. See, I've had this number for a while now at this point. This phone
Yeah.
number. I was thinking, okay, maybe they discontinued their service, so I picked up their number.
Right.
It could potentially be like that. Maybe he hasn't been into, because he did have a ton of notifications and messages. So maybe
really?
he hasn't. Maybe his phone number was discontinued the service.
Got a new number.
Got a new number. I picked up his old number.
Yes.
So maybe it's that.
That's
but
logical.
I don't know. It blew my mind. I was like,
That
I
makes
just
sense.
hacked this guy's account. This is what a hacker feels like. So straight up security. So Mark, if you're listening, Zuckerberg, probably fix that.
Yeah.
You should probably look into your two-factor authentication
2FA.
thing.
Yeah. Do you use I see. Yeah, cause see, you got the 2FA through a text.
Yep.
Not a
Not through the
number.
app, through a text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
pretty wild.
Another thing is like the Google Voice. Like I have a Google Voice like secondary number, you know.
Hmm.
So. And you can just pick your own number. You put in like an area code, it just gives you a number.
Wow.
So I feel like maybe those are doubled somehow. Oh, so maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up because I'm about to piss myself.
Yeah.
And we
That
can
was
go ahead and call it. We're
8
at
o'clock. I'm pretty hungry.
2:15.
Yeah.
See how I sounded though?
Yeah, it flies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
good.
easy. I'm at the limit
We
of the
talked about COVID for way too long. But
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. Just skip through. Just keep
Yeah.
skipping. I'll put the topics in the description.
No, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It's good stuff.
I like
All
talking.
right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.
All right.